Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. Once again, we're seeing North American stock futures slightly higher to start this Tuesday morning as investors and markets continue to focus on economy starting to reopen and things slowly getting back to normal. We are coming off a solid performance for all U.S. indexes last month. In fact, the Dow recording one of its best ever Mays last month. We had a nice little advance on Monday to start the new trading month. We're moving higher again in the pre-market today. As far as individual names to have a look at this morning, we have travel-related companies moving to the upside once again. Obviously, any of the airlines, cruise lines, hotels, all going to be among the biggest beneficiaries of economy starting to get back to normal and some of these restrictions being lifted. So we'll have a look at some cruise lines and the airlines again, even the hotels moving higher. We're watching MoneyGram this morning. MGI up more than 50% on rumors Western Union has already submitted an offer to purchase the company. We have Zoom video conferencing back to the upside and also a bunch of little teeny tiny small caps once again to get to. It is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Nicely positive right across the board here. You can see top to bottom moving in the right direction once again. We have Chinese markets higher to start the week as well after some question marks following that speech on Friday from Trump in regards to China. Let's shift over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far as the European landscape looks. Look at Germany there leading the way, 3.5% to the upside. Spain up 2% this morning. Everything else also nicely higher. Let's go over to North America and check out how futures are looking so far. Yeah, in positive territory. Not quite as much as other markets we've been seeing, but nicely higher here right across the board. Focus down there at the bottom. Bitcoin up 4.5% today, back above that 10,000 level so far this morning. Crude oil trading higher, 1.5%. Gold back in positive territory as well. We had quite an interesting day to start the week yesterday, guys. Obviously, lots of movement in individual stocks. Overall, the market really didn't do a heck of a lot. We are seeing a little bit of movement in the futures in the pre-market this morning, but once again, lots of movement on individual names again.
That's the story of the day. That's why you guys, you tune in at 9 o'clock so you can see the names that are moving. Forget about the futures. I know they're a little bit active today. It should be another big one because there's a lot of stocks gapping to the upside. Big time moves, a lot on the board, up 10% or more already that we can have a look at here. I was actually just looking at GNUS. I know a lot of you guys were certainly tracking. But one other thing that's going to be massive today is we're going to be doing a very, very special moment coming up in, I don't know, we'll call it maybe an hour, maybe over an hour. We got to 30,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. It's been a long and good and great road for us here, and that means Valeria has to do that dance today, and Valeria's going to be flossing it off. I can't wait to see it. It should be a lot of fun today, so we'll hit some winners to make sure we're all in a good mood when it does happen.
Yeah, there should be winners about it. We also have a video premiere happening after the show as well. More education to come. You guys wanted it, and we're delivering it. So here we go, Trader TV Live. We're going to find out my premiere today after the show. Should be a fun one. Yeah, we'll be looking at Zoom today. I see some people already talking about Luck and Coffee. Yeah, DraftKings. I sold out of my DraftKings yesterday, and looks like, let's just check in on DraftKings right now quickly. We got out of it 44 and change. Yeah, I think it was 42 or 41 yesterday. So we're going to wait to see. Yeah, I got out here in the middle of the day. So yeah, 42 and change. So yeah, DraftKings up again today. Looks like it's going to be a fun day. And like Neil mentioned there, it's all about stock picking. Unfortunately, there's a lot happening in the world right now, and the market still seems to want to go up. So we got to pick the right stocks today, and I think we have a bunch on board. Check our watch list. If you're not a subscriber, look at the chat. Valeria will drop the link. You won't get it today, but you'll get it tomorrow, Brendan.
Yeah, Luck and Coffee, a couple of people talking about that one. Interesting move today. Still some rumors swirling around that name. As far as potential buyout, we did, in fact, get to not only 30,000, but above 30,000 as far as subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support. That means the next face you're going to see is going to be flossing at some time today. That's going to come up a little bit later in the show, so stick around for that. Let's say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. I wish you a great trading day and we are here to make it even better. Guys, let's celebrate together 30,000 of subscriptions today. In the middle of our show, we'll floss together. And guys, today we have our next trader guest. So you can participate also. Send your request at marketing@tradertv.live. Well, subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Yeah, going to be a great day, going to be a busy day, lots to get to this morning. As Sean mentioned, we're going to have a video premiere over on our Market Wisdom page coming up at 12:01 p.m. So mark that off in your calendars. Everybody going to jump over to our Market Wisdom page and join us for a brand new educational video premiere. The four of us will be there and answering questions as we premiere brand new video on adding and removing liquidity. So a little bit of education coming your way right at the end of the show. Let's jump into the first name here we're going to talk about this morning. MoneyGram jumping up this morning more than 50%. Reports, Bloomberg reporting in fact, that Western Union has already submitted a bid to possibly purchase MGI. The combination would be obviously subject to all kinds of regulatory hurdles and approval process, but MGI to the upside here in a big way this morning on this news, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key thing you're looking for here when it's just speculation for now, obviously, is going to be how does it hold up? What does the market think the likelihood that a deal comes through, and where might it actually be priced? You know, you sort of go to the daily chart here and try to zoom back, and you kind of feel that there is a bit of a range here. At 360, once that already broke, you do have that to about 460. So that dollar range is probably somewhere where the valuation, I think the market seems like it would come in. If there's no further speculation throughout the day, if you don't see any advancement on the talks or any specifics, a lot of times you can get a selling opportunity. I think that would probably be through 380. That's the kind of thing that can linger on throughout the day, so that might be a play a little bit later on. But if you do see something come through the wire, you're going to want to make sure that you're watching any kind of deal news speculation. It doesn't matter. Do not trade something like this blind. Obviously, if you're watching us, Brendan's going to get it to you, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's all about having your eyes open when you're looking at something like this. I'm not going to do breakout trades when it's buyout rumor here. I'm looking to see if it fades 380. Otherwise, there might be some scalp plays if support at that price.
Yeah, I only see really a short at 380, and then we'll see what happens breaking through the top at 420. I don't know if we know the price or anything, so we're going to wait to see what's happening. Oh, I thought I wasn't wearing my watch there for a second, but I am, thank God. 380 to the downside on MGI. We're going to wait to see. Like Neil said, I don't like really trading these the same day or, when there's new speculation like this. We saw AMC and Amazon. That went down about a month ago as well. That was actually great trading, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But 380 on the break here. I think on the short side, MGI. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, no details on that obviously released as of yet, but if they do come out, we'll let you know. The next one here, guys, Zoom video conferencing, again, gapping higher, another 3.3% to the upside. This thing was up 14% on the day yesterday, basically closed at day highs, and now here we are up another, as I mentioned, 3.4%. Again, the news yesterday, they announced new encryption that they've released for paid customers to kind of prevent that Zoom bombing that had become a bit of a problem for people using the product.
Yeah, and since that's been happening, it's been nothing but upside here. Zoom just continues to be basically a superhero in this space, and we're just going to wait to see what it does. Yesterday, of course, those of you that were watching, we had 184, so we had it all the way down here right off the open, and we're able to get the most of them out. I think it was 196, 197 or so, and then the top out 198, and then look what happened once it breaks 200. We also had this 200 break live on the show, guys, so that was another one, ripped up 204, 205, and then today, who's going to actually buy Zoom up this much? 14% yesterday, another 3% today, and the daily chart looks absolutely, I don't know why my thing's not working over here, but the daily chart looks absolutely ridiculous. So I think we can try a break through 212. Again, the only problem is this time it stopped at 212.83. So Zoom's going to be on my look. I don't know if it keeps going higher today, 213, but I don't mind 212 for a quick little scalp. And then if it doesn't hold, watch out for this 208, 209 bottom. So you kind of take a $3 risk here on this name. So watch out your share size. I do like it. I just don't know. It might be overly overly bought at this point, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's going to be hard not to hunt for shorts at some point on this. I did try it in the afternoon for those of you, that are sort of following along. And look, it was a hard top at this 206. I tried it when it came back in at 204, and it could not get past this 201, 202 area, bouncing several times. So if there's enough of a dip, let's see what happens if it tries to test 200 at some point. I think that's like your first level of big time support potentially, but who knows? As far as it's gone up and with the liquidity, it could move rather rapidly through any of these prices. It's all about playing the price action here. Let's not worry too much about the levels, because once the direction gets going in Zoom, it doesn't really matter. It's blowing through levels like there's nothing there.
Yeah, pretty impressive move yesterday for sure on Zoom. It's up more than 50% in 4 or 5 days now. It's just crazy. Let's go to the travel names here, guys. We were mentioning obviously the group that's going to benefit the most from economies starting to reopen and restrictions being lifted. You can look at the airlines. You can look at the cruise lines. I brought up Love here, Southwest, higher again today, up 2.3%. They announced some plans to offer paid leave and also some layoffs that might be coming. So a little bit of news surrounding Southwest. I mean, AAL is higher, UAL is higher, all of the cruise lines up again today as well, guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're all up like about 2% is sort of what I'm seeing. Just because Carnival's been the beast for us around here, it's hard not to just jump back into that well. I think it doesn't matter which name you want to play. NCLH has looked pretty good as well. There's a potential breakout we've been waiting for through about $18. That will be the next stop. There was one failed break before. From there, you're looking at the daily getting to that 19 even level. I think that gives you a couple of shots here. I had written down for a breakout if it's going to go to the upside again today. Carnival 1750, the top of the pre-market's 40s. I'm going to show you why, just sort of zooming back out a little bit on the daily chart. There was a big flush when we failed 1750 last week. So I like that as a potential break. It's one of those situations, again, where if you jump into that range, we break 40, 50, and then have a hard rejection, on the way back down, I'll probably be a seller, but it's still a breakout trade long for me. I just got to be ready to reverse if that's going to be the case. Sometimes a little too slow doing that little reversal when it's there.
Yep, Carnival, like we said, is I think it's been my best stock, although Zoom yesterday was pretty nice. Carnival, yeah, 1750, that's the level there, well spotted, and we're going to take the same trade through 1750, 1740s holding. 17 at the bottom if it breaks, maybe some action down here, but the problem is the lowest we went was this 1670 yesterday in the afternoon, so it makes me a little bit nervous about that. We are not stuck, we are long now GNUS. So Genius Brands, we took the long through 310 here. Give it all the way back probably till at least 290, 285. But we are long here. Genius Brands, GNUS. We'll be looking at CCL through 1750 for sure. That's marked down. It's got a star on it. So there you go. Follow my watch list as well that I send out on Twitter. And if you haven't signed up for hours on the show yet, do it, because we're running through the names as we speak.
All right, guys, we'll go over to Luck and Coffee. A couple of people talking about Luck and Coffee in the chat already. Shares are higher this morning. Swiss National Bank out saying that they have a $4.5 million stake in this company, now above $2. So it's held $2 as support. Since the buyout rumors kind of started circling last week, we talked about Yum China may have interest in Luck and Coffee. Restaurant Brands was the other one that could have possible interest in the company. So 2% here for Luck, and not a lot of action so far in the pre-market, but worth a look here, guys. Again, that $2 even level has held since these buyout rumors started.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you see that hold this on those rumors. At some point, there's going to be a try it along here. It's either it gives you maybe a scalp long, which isn't that sexy. You get a couple of pennies here or there, which has happened a couple of times, or you get one of these breakouts. I look at yesterday's top, 220 looks like a level. The afternoon, 213. So you could try 213.15 type of break to the upside, or 220. I think both those are reasonable. This is sort of a shot play here. As long as we hold that level, that 2 even, you sort of have an obvious stop. You're getting out when it breaks. It's like Hertz. You're going short if it breaks. And that was a massive one yesterday. So I expect the same thing. The difference is with Hertz, I wasn't so excited about going long in front of it. With Luckin, given the speculation, I feel like there's at least some juice behind taking that long in front of 2 even, or at a breakout 15s and 20s.
Okay, I'm just getting my moving average here because my charts weren't working properly. Okay, this is GNUS, still at 310. Okay, Luck and Coffee, yeah, Neil just talked about it. I like the $2 break. That should be obvious. We've been talking about that for a while. $2, it bounced off there a couple times yesterday. I don't know, something, there we go, $2, 203, 201. We're just gonna wait to see on Luckin, guys, again today. $2 break, I like that to the upside. A little flustered here, I'm just getting all my charts figured out, so come back to me.
All right, guys, we'll go over to Slack. We were talking about this one yesterday. Work had a big day to the upside here. Work in New York up 5% again this morning, moving higher yesterday with the entire group. But it was Cohen this morning initiating with a buy rating on this, and also Wells Fargo increasing their price target to 41 from $30. So yeah, better part of 5% here again after a nice day yesterday for Work.
This one's slid a little bit back here. So, I had a few levels written down on Slack. It's sort of 39 adjusted to 39.50 at the top, but, now you're looking at 39 even on this little retracement. If we can't hold 38.60, that looks like a nice little sell opportunity. Enrique, thank you very much. Wow, I like the little graphic there. I'm sipping my coffee as well. I hope you got that one going on for you and you're following along on the list for us. Look, I do like this one still for the breakout play, and I wasn't looking at shorts on Slack until it came back in to this range. I sort of feel like if you get one of those worlds where Zoom comes in and the market comes in, there's a decent chance that something like a Slack through 38.60 will be a sell. So I wasn't looking at it before, but now that we're holding this 39, we don't break above there off the open, and we hold this little range here, call it 39.10, 39.15. If we hold that and take out 38.60, I think that's good for a short. Otherwise, still looking for a bit of a long breakout play. I mean, so the daily chart and the 3-minute throughout the last week is going to tell you an obvious story. At some point when the short comes in, you want to be involved, but until the trend is broken, you might as well join the party to the long side.
Thank you, Gavin, right there. So we'll do a little dance for you there. Yeah, I do this kind of dancing for only €2, so there you go. Thank you, Gavin, for that super chat there. Nice little job. Yeah, Work on the top, guys. 39.50. It's going to be a long for me. 39.50 on Work. I actually like it through $40 as well. I don't know. My daily charts have moved over to this side for some reason. Okay, here's a daily chart on Work. You can see this is what Neil's talking about. We've just been up, 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 and away on this stock. It's back to near IPO highs here. IPO's roughly 40, I believe, if not 38 right down here. So you're IPOing down at 30. Yeah, here it is right here, 30. Where do we open at that day? 38.50. So that's Slack again. They did direct listing. We'll talk about that versus an IPO at some point. Almost back to that level. I like 40 on a breakout. I like 39.50 even better for a break. The only stock I have on right now, though, is this GNUS. Waiting for it to break through 310, which is where I'm long, and then we'll get it going hopefully up to 315, 320, and then we'll see what Genius Brain wants to do. But Work, Slack is on my radar for sure, guys.
So the market is higher. We have a lot of individual stocks higher. One name that is not higher this morning is Apple, moving slightly lower. We are kind of creeping back to the upside here, back to almost break even. Apple this morning saying they're going to cut iPhone prices in China right across the board. Apparently resellers in China already displaying double-digit % decline or rebates on iPhones in China. They're looking to capitalize further, I guess, on China's economy being a little bit further ahead when it comes to reopening as far as COVID-19 lockdown goes. Yeah, Apple negative here, guys, this morning, but creeping back to the upside a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there is another angle to the story. I think there's like a 618. The 18th of this month anyways, there's like a massive sales going on in China. It's a big event, and Apple, for the first time ever, I think, or at least possibly the first time, is doing some discounting, possibly for that. So, I mean, I guess the market in a little bit of a way here has us under pressure here, but you are at least seeing some stability around the 320 level. Obviously, we're very, very close to 327 and change, 85 technically speaking, which is the 52-week. But the real resistance to me is going to be that 324 to the upside. That's where we had that hard fall last week. We cratered from there in the pre-market already, so 324 resistance on Apple. Look for a potential break. I think 322 gets you $1.50 of a scalp into that resistance. Otherwise, 320 is the level that's got to hold for Apple, or we're heading southbound.
Yeah, it should be going southbound. I mean, I don't know. I I'm looking at this chart here. It's very, very choppy. This is a 3-minute chart. I don't really see too many things. I mean, if you're going to trade a decent amount of shares here, you sort of got to wait to see if this 320 can hold and then possibly go long. I'm not really in love with Apple today, and that news isn't really that much. 300,000 shares. You still got the same amount of shares here in Mr. Softy, and it looks like it's well above where we've been trading. Much cleaner of a trade here. 184.50 is right where we're at now. 184.80. I think Microsoft's a better trade breaking through 185, guys.
All right, guys, earnings name. There was one earnings name I wanted to get to this morning, a name we typically look at only around earnings, can give you a trade. DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods, reported a quarterly loss. It was bigger than expected. They also missed on both the revenue side of things and the comparable store sales side of things. So both of those numbers also to the downside. However, they reported a 110% increase in e-commerce sales during the quarter, obviously due to COVID-19 restrictions. So yeah, we are nicely higher here, guys, even with much bigger than expected quarterly loss and the revenue coming into the downside.
Yeah, the caution I would throw at Dick's Sporting Goods here is that in the pre-market, you already have like a $3 range plus on 200,000 shares worth of volume on a $30 stock. That's going to scream just a little bit of caution there, guys. And MGI, MoneyGram just broke that 380, so I just got triggered into the short. I actually have 4 positions on the pre-market. At some point, I'll go over all of them for you. A couple of small caps, GNUS, of course, and MoneyGram just popped into the south side, and like we said, not going long there. For me, on Dick's, I want to see if it's going to be able to hold up yesterday's close, 36.50. Anytime we get a liquidity event like that, and I see us hold above at least a little bit on volume, that's the level I'll be watching. I'm not going to be looking necessarily at a breakout trade in a stock it's not doing volume and the range is that big. So I'm not that interested in it, but we'll check back maybe a little bit after the open.
I'm seeing some questions about NIO here. Yeah, NIO off to the races again. I put this one, we were talking about some investments. Rob, this could have been one as well down there at 385. When they reported, we talked about possibly getting them down there. Now you could have got it just on Friday. It was down here, 385. That's when we reported. I think it was Thursday. Now you're heading upside 800,000 shares. Very, very nice for NIO, 438 coming into play. I have to keep looking over at this toolbar because for some reason, this is what I'm dealing with today, but okay, 440. There's still a lot of garbage here on the daily chart for NIO. Not really liking it too much until we can get past whatever this level is here. Yeah, what a surprise, 450. So I think we'll ring the register there. We'll get into position. If NIO can go up to 450, I don't know if that's going to be happening today, guys. It doesn't seem like it. Let's check in on our imbalance. Again, why is my toolbar over here? Imbalance locator coming up today. Save, okay, Spirit, NCLH, we've talked about that. There's Carnival with 600,000, call it 510,000. Delta, there's our Slack, Cloudera, we talked about that as well, Cody. So a bunch of, and you're looking on here, what does all these tell you guys? BBBBB, so those are all buys, right? So you're gonna get market on open buy orders coming in. So maybe that's holding the market up just a little bit here. I still look to see this market fade down, but right now it's a lot of buys on the board, including NIO, which is down here. I'm looking at work. That's gonna be one of my big trades, hopefully off the open here, work. So we're gonna wait to see on that one, but guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We have a guest trader coming on today at 11 o'clock. It should be lots of fun. And then we have our premiere flashing through at 12:01 today. And I think you said it was adding and removing liquidity. So
yep.
If you are wanting to know how we trade direct to market, what some of the benefits are of using the different gateways, how to reduce some of your fees if you're on a platform like us, watch at 12:01. The premiere drops and we're dropping it like it's hot. 12:01, Brandon.
Yeah, that's the big one. I think there, you mentioned at the end there, how to kind of reduce some of your trading fees. So we're going to be talking all about that in our liquidity video that's coming up at 12:01. So stick around for that. We saw, not blockchain, but Bitcoin sharply higher this morning, obviously 4.5% back above 10,000. There are a few individual equity plays that you can kind of look at, in relation to Bitcoin moving higher. I just brought up Riot Blockchain here, guys, up 17% on the morning. There's a few other ones. XNET is another one that's directly related. Sean, I know you like to trade over on the pink sheets as well when it comes to Bitcoin. I mean, this Riot up 17% feels like a bit of a stretch to me.
Well, the thing is, I don't really know Again, it's tough. It's too bad you can't actually trade physical Bitcoin, but I mean, you could if you trade the futures, which is a little bit risky here for the show with the liquidity there. But yeah, Riot Blockchain, look, 17%, people getting excited. Bitcoin does break that 10,000, so swish to anybody. Part of my profile on Twitter, guys, and by the way, join me now on Twitter if you can. We do have I'm trying to get to 2,000 followers, so here it is right here, 1900. So join me here, a nice discussion on rookie trading. Shout out to Daniel Shea, she's on sabbatical apparently, wishing to come back on the show. CNBC correspondent Daniel Shea as well. Riot Blockchain, look guys, 274, 275. Oh, what I was going to say is, yeah, I'm a crypto bag holder, so there you go. We're going to wait to see what this does. I've never traded this stock, but I do like it here. People get excited when this stuff happens. And yeah, 274, 275. We'll look at a daily chart just to make sure what we're talking about here. Yeah, it has potential to blow up, so we have no problem with that. The levels are where they're at. Wow, it was down to 60 cents back in March 23rd, those crazy days in March. But now it looks like you're breaking out again. So yeah, cover this area up here. Yeah, thanks for bringing this to my attention. 280 looks pretty good on Riot, guys. If you like the crypto space, why not?
Yeah, sorry, already heading to the downside is that MGI. We talked about MoneyGram and the deal speculation, and at the end of the day, we're talking about fading 380, selling through that price. Got 78s there. Already going to start taking it off in front of this little pre-market low area, 360, as we work that one to the short side. But I do want to get you to a couple of small cap names here, Brendan. We got to get to TENX very quickly here. This one up 60%. It already gave a couple of fade plays. I managed to tweet this one out and was letting you guys know in the chat through 250 a sell. We're able to get out here at 225, so we've already taken a 10% win there, and then reloading here at 240-ish. So 242 average price. I've taken some out of 230. If it holds 220, it could be an interesting place for a quick little scalp buy. But my level is going to be 270, 275 to the upside, and then 290 on a break. If you're looking for a long breakout in the afternoon, that could be a good one there. Another one I'm not actually in today, Brendan, you have up there at the big screen that I know a lot of you are watching.
Yeah, I as well. I'm not in this yet, but INPX, I said yet because I probably will be, but up 30% here today. We tagged $2 at the top there. Big move up right at the end of the day yesterday. We're kind of trading in that same area this morning. They announced they have a UV light that apparently some of the airlines could possibly start using to sanitize some of the equipment that they're using, including their planes. So INPX worth a look today. $2 and then $2.20 above that for that one, guys.
Thank you very much. I just want to recap. People are asking about Luckin over and over again. Simple story here, guys. 2 even, just like Hertz. We're selling 2 when it breaks. If it can break the upside about 215 or so, or 220, you can maybe take that long trade as a breakout. But I mean, on Luckin Coffee, guys, it's all about the multiple day hold at 2 even. That's obvious support. If that breaks, we're going to be shorting it just like Hertz. And Hertz went $1 to 83 cents in a matter of minutes. So you're talking about a 17% return very, very fast. Luckin could do the same thing, but there's speculation of a buyer coming in, and that gives a little bit of juice to taking the long, whereas Hertz, there's nothing quite yet. One other name that we can talk about here, someone just asked about CETX. I am short CETX as well. This one's a little bit different. Share offering from these guys. They came through. They did a pricing, and I'm just sort of shorting these little pops here. I took one in front of $2 and we're able to get out, at $1.85. Quick little 10-cent scalp. Doing the same thing, rinsing and repeating. Short here at $1.95. I'm not going to let it get past 2 on this trade. I think it's already down. This is not a gap up retracement type idea, so it's a little different from what you might see me do on a regular basis there. But there is a lot to get to with 90 seconds to go. Do not forget, at 12 o'clock, we're going to be ending the show and doing our live premiere of our adding liquidity video. Liquidity is an important thing. When you're trading these small caps, you want to understand how you can save fees, how you can pay a little bit less when it comes in terms of the spread, and work into bigger positions, because when you're making 10 cents on a trade, you want to save 1 or 2. That's like 10% of your gain, guys.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to go, I mean, that's going to be a big one, our premiere. I'm only in GNUS, and that's to the long side. I like Facebook breaking 232 here, but the only problem is the market. I'm not loving the upside potential here today in the market. I don't know. It just feels like it's just so overdone. I mean, and look, it's just been stair-stepping down, lower highs coming in here, and then kind of there, and then you see it again here, and you see it again here. So we're going to wait to see, guys, lower highs coming through right now. It looks like we got Randy on the bell. So our automotive expert is in the building here today. So if we have any car problems, no problem at all, because Randy's here. So thank you, Randy, once again from all the way. How long was it to drive in today, Randy?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. But he's here to see the floss. We all are. That's going to be happening soon. We have 15 seconds until the market gets open. We're going to look at Facebook breaking through 232. We have work as well on the look. So it's going to be a fun day, guys. Let's get started.
Absolutely. And 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Market is opening. It's already going to be an active one, guys. We're in a few positions right now. A little bit of a quick flush there happening in this CETX. I did just get some more out there on this little bit. I'm going to take some out in front of 185 as long as we're short in front of 2. Want to hold for a bigger home one trade if we can get it, which we're already seeing in MGI MoneyGram here, guys. Flushing off the open. 361 we just got. 380 short break. We just covered for a 20-cent win. Let's see if we can't hang on for more. 350 is the next stop down, and we're still riding this one. So already going to get that 10% return we're looking for. The only thing not working is short pullbacks on GNUS, and immediately it's testing support here. This was a big pivot at 290 in the pre-market here. If it cannot hold 290, I don't like this one at all. But if I'm buying dips and I identify a level, I'm buying in front of that level. So 290 breaks, I'm out of this GNUS, but I got to take a stand right here.
Yeah, we're gonna try it as well and just see what happens here on GNUS. See about taking a long through this level. So okay, right now nothing that a guy looking at here has hit yet. So we're gonna wait to see. There goes Zoom. We take a small trade through 212. We talked about it. Interested to see what this does. It's not a big trade. This is not yesterday by any stretch of the imagination. So we're gonna wait to see what Zoom wants to do through 212. Give it all the way back here to, I don't know, something like 209.30. We get as low as 208 though. I don't know if it wants to go. You see how the action's not really here on Zoom today, but we're long just to see what does happen. But Zoom right now, long 212 is my only real big position. So we'll wait to see what happens on the upside on this one, guys. I'm
going to throw the fireworks there. A little slow on the reaction there, but either way, we just got some out on TNX in front of that 220 level. We talked about this level on the short side trade. 240 was our average price. Again, we'll take about 15, 20 cent style wins while holding on to our core position to the short side, but Slack already moving to the downside way too fast. And again, I actually this conversation, Sean, we're talking about stop orders, and I didn't make that switch we were discussing. I'm got to make that switch. 38.60 broke. I had no chance. I did not get it. It's already down $1.30, but you can see how rapidly this happened, guys. You had to cross maybe at least 20 cents aggressively. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, a huge flush there on work. Have a look at Love as well. We were mentioning Southwest here. A little bit of news on this one this morning. Right here, right now at $35. Took out the pre-market high there right at the open, guys.
I'm going to try to take Slack long if it does come back up here, and we'll see what it wants to do back up through 38. We're just going to wait to see on that one. That was Southwest. Oh, we didn't look at Carnival like we should have here. 1750 CCL. We'll wait to see if that one wants to.
Oh, baby.
Nothing happening on that
Sean,
one.
You got to be watching that GNUS guy just through the top, through 315. So that 290 pivot we identified, long double time in front of it, double tap 296. Now we're deep in the money here, a 20-cent winner already with a 298 long, and it's still going on GNUS here.
Yeah, baby.
320 now it's going to. Someone asked here, is it not overbought? Well, the thing about these plays is you can't worry about those technicals. It doesn't matter too much if it's going parabolic. Just play the price action. If selling comes in, you can join the selling. Trust me, when it comes in, you can always catch that short. It's just a matter of taking advantage of the long when it's there.
Yeah, exactly. We went long 296 and 97 down here as well. Averaged in and then out now. 320. So we're going to wait to see on that one how that one's operating. Our Zoom isn't doing anything, so we'll get out on a 208.50 break here. We did talk about this one was going to be a risk. We did not. This is not the same trade as yesterday, so we're going to wait on Zoom. We just thought we'd give it a go here. Doesn't want to go. Now it might just fade back. This is typically what these stocks will do heading into earnings off such a big run, and that's why we talked about it probably overheated. So we get out of our Zoom there, and we'll just wait to see what happens moving forward with that one. GNUS though, yeah, that's the winner right now. Nice little, I don't know, it's 15 pennies, but we'll wait to see if there's more coming on that one, guys.
Yeah, CCL is getting very close to that 1750 mark. 48 is the high off the open. Already gave you a dip buy there, but we're looking for a breakout trade on this through that 1750. Stop order is locked and loaded, ready to go. I'm going to quickly adjust it to make sure I get that fill. I want to try to do that real time. For those of you that are watching Luckin Coffee, it did get a bit of a bounce here. You know, I did mention I was going to buy a break through the high or in front of 2 even. 206 doesn't qualify, so there was no shot to take it long in front of the price that I liked. We like that 2 even on a break. We like that 2 even if it's maybe a shot to go long in front of it. But 213 is the first break. I like 15 better, as I mentioned, and then 20 if you want to wait very, very patiently. But Luckin, at some point, If 2 even holds, you got to like that one to the long side, I figure. GNUS, that of course is our biggest winning position so far. I'm looking for a buy-in back in front of 3 even. If it can hold higher low, you can get a continuation trend on this name. But so far, so good on GNUS. Going to ride this party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's keep going on GNUS. That's for damn sure. Okay, right now we're still waiting for Slack to pop in. We still have some of that little baby Zoom, but we're going to wait to see if there is more upside in that one. But what's up, Brandon?
Sean, you were talking about this one this morning. VTIQ moving again today, 6.5%. Big flush to the downside, though, at the open here at $37 let go, all the way down to 36 in a straight line. They got shareholder approval on that Nikola Corporation acquisition. The company's acquiring automotive maker. Guys.
Right.
And wow, there was a shorting opportunity again. 380 was the level we gave. What are we doing not looking at this on MoneyGram? Going right back to that 380 price and flushing one more time. Right now the low sits at 352. I'll take more shares out in front of that price, allowing me to maybe reload some. I'm still short here at 378. I might as well throw out the position board because I got 4 on. I want to make sure you guys know what we're doing here. So short in CETX at $1.94. That's trading 187. It's in the money for us right now. GNUS 297 long, that's in the money, about 20 cents right now. 318 we're looking at on the offer. MGI at MoneyGram 378 short, that's in the money, 13 pennies. We've gotten more, I want more. TNX as well, 239 short. And of course, that is in the money, 227. So 4 trades on only the 1 long, and not in Slack. We have to find a way to get involved in this move right now. You are seeing it try to make a base, but there's just been no bottom just yet. Slack now at yesterday in the afternoon support at 37.
Yeah, wow. I'm actually very, very surprised at what's happening with work as well. That's Slack, of course. We still have Genius Brands. We're long at 301 now, average price after this nice little buy at the bottom there. So we're looking at that one. We're looking at a bunch of different names, including Facebook right now. I just haven't gotten into anything yet. 231 on Facebook, maybe coming faster than we think. I liked 232 on that break. I still like 232, but like I said, the market though, guys, heading northbound or southbound here. So that's not giving me any trades to go long. I saw a tweet yesterday. Someone tweeted me and said, oh man, you're always going short. But I was like, what? Yesterday we hit Tesla long and we hit Zoom long. Should have gone short on Zoom today. Tesla's still here at 900. That could be a decent break when it goes, if it goes. We just need this market to go. Still fading back down, guys. Let's see if we can't find some more winners. Brendan, what's up, bud?
I was just trying to see if we had locates on this name. DraftKings, big flush here, guys, off the open. 44.50 down to 41.50. Bit of a bounce here for DraftKings, possibly first red day here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's VTIQ making a move, DraftKings, Slack as well to the downside. Chance here on TNX, if you're involved in this one, is making a bit of a run to the upside. We always talk about taking profits on these names. You've got to do it on the way down. So if it retests your level, and in this case, it's now 250 from 270 earlier, you can throw your stop there. I'm short at 39. I'm looking to get out at 250, reassess. I also have an order in front of 275. So that's the next level to the upside on TENX. It's up 61%, but we're playing this downside retracement play right now on this name. So four names, only GNUS long. 320 is the new top here. If it breaks that, you can either add to it. I think that's a good place to add to your position, to be honest with you.
We're going to wait to see here on Microsoft. We do take that short here, breaking through 183. So we are short right now. Microsoft 182.90. We'll wait to see on that one. It's been weak. We've noticed when the market goes, sometimes Microsoft will lead us to the downside. So let's just wait to see how far down Microsoft wants to go. Closes yesterday right around here. That's right where we are. So we're going to go green to red in a couple seconds here. That's always a good one. And here goes Microsoft flushing down a little bit. Decent winner on board right now, guys. Microsoft short right here on this 183 break. It needs to keep going. If the futures can do that, though, bouncing off 3,050, let's see if we break 3,050 and we'll have a decent winner here on Softy, guys. And
we'll hit the jackpot again. TENX, another flush to the downside. Just mentioned to you guys in front of 250. You could have had some at 40s. I already got some at 240. We just took some out at 217. So, again, you throw that little 10% marker out there. See if you can't get that on the retrace. Still involved in this GNUS, but it is pulling back a little bit, so do watch out for that 290 level. That's going to be where my stop is. We were talking a little bit about the airline space. Spirit with a spike up, and then look at this, very, very sleepy action, getting slammed back down after rejecting 15. Watch out for 1440 to the downside on Spirit. That could be an interesting short opportunity if that breaks.
Yeah, Spirit Airlines space as well. We're going to look at Virgin Galactic here. As some of these, I kind of call them cult stocks. Like once people get behind them, like a Tesla, like a Space, like a DraftKings, they can really start to move. So we're going to wait to see what this one wants to do. It's already down. That 6+% opens up here, right here. This is a 3-minute chart, guys. Let's switch this back to a 1 minute just to help us out. 1 minute back up, nice little bump up. This is VWAP right here at 1650. I think Space can probably be bought if it breaks it back above 1650 here. But right now, Microsoft still hovering around, guys, short 183. This is by far the biggest position that we have on right now. So we're going to wait to see. Hopefully the futures can continue its move down and we'll catch in a little bit. Here it comes. Come on, Microsoft. We're short right here, 183. Let's see if this one can't go. We're waiting down here at 70 where it touched last time. We'll get out of some if it can, but the futures need to go here, guys. Hopefully some more downside as work trying to work itself back up as well. What's up, Brendan?
Sean, you mentioned those cult stocks. Here's another one. Peloton, 2.3% to the upside. Just tagged $47 up here. Kind of struggling at 47, but nice look here for PTON so far, guys.
And wow, talk about falling in a hole. MGI, when it's only speculation and there's nothing firm, you can't be looking to buy it unless you get something better. We talked about this through 380. We took it. We got 78, great price. It just made a huge flush down, 336 now. Because I think there is at least some juice to this trade, I'm not going to sit here and not cover this one at 340. It just saw a buyer try to step up here at that same price. I'm just going to get out right there at 341. Take the big win off, 378 short. We'll take a nice little, almost 40-cent win there. Again, that 10%, it just seems like a random number we keep getting here. At some point, I'm going to look for support on this stock. If there's any truth to this, I do figure there should be some buying that will step in. It's still up 30%. That's a healthy premium. 260 would be one level to look at if you want to go to a higher time frame. There's just nothing till you get back to yesterday's price action in the recent term. So let's see how far it can go. I'm looking for a buy opportunity on any kind of consolidation now.
Yeah, I'm looking for a buy opportunity here on work as well, breaking through 38. We'll see if that does happen. Right now, Microsoft, I don't really know what's happening with it, so we'll get some out at 183 and change if we can, and then continue to hit it shorter. There we go. We just took out a quarter here at 183.02, just in case it doesn't want to go. That's okay. Here it comes now, of course. So we'll wait to see if it comes to the downside now. But just worried about these futures. I mean, not worried. It's just we bounced off that 3,050 down here. We only got as low as 51, 52. So that's kind of the worry spot for me in this trade. We have GNUS long and we have Microsoft short right now. And the Microsoft short is just right here. And I'm not loving it. It's not really giving us the action that we hoped for. I am really liking work though. If it can break above 38, I don't mind that for a little bit of a run. I don't think we get down to 37, but we'll see. If the market crashes, we sure will. Here comes Microsoft back to the downside as well, guys.
Yeah, I know. I keep checking back in every now and then on Luck and Coffee just for this reason. We're now at 204. We're approaching that 2 even mark. We're going short if it breaks, guys. But if it holds for even, I don't know, a minute, I'm probably going to go long in front of 01 or 02. Brennan, what do you got?
Big mover from yesterday, guys. Amyris, big, huge pop from 460 all the way up to, looks like $6 yesterday, fading that today. Broke $5 there at the open. We're consolidating day lows for AMRS, guys.
AMRS. I'm going to add that one to the list. I know some people did ask about this INPX. I haven't made a trade here. I kind of hope, Brennan, you caught this one. It was nice consolidation and a break to the downside. You're looking at 180, I think, is that breakout price. I think that's where you're selling if it makes any kind of a move back to the upside. But I want to get you guys back to Slack. I know Sean was mentioning it, catching a nice little bounce off the bottom at 37. My initial thought here is I'm probably going to take a shot shorting this one in front of that 38.60. That's the short that I missed earlier. You can't put on too much size. When you miss that first initial trade, you don't get too much of that, fear of missing out or that regret. You got to be structured here, and the second time is usually not as good as the first. So if it does consolidate in this range, I will take a shot running to the short side on Slack. But we're only going to give it to that 39, and we're not going to jump in with huge size because that's a very strong bounce off the bottom in very rapid time.
Yeah, we're in it. So we're in Slack long here, 38 long. So we'll see if Slack can do that. I mean, look, we're long Slack and short Microsoft. They kind of compete against each other. So I don't know. We'll see. That might not be a good spot. But we're going to see if we can't get going upside here. We did like this 38.04 now long in Slack. That's work. And then, of course, Microsoft still short. And it's just not doing anything. So I'm wondering about getting out of some of this one and then regrouping on Microsoft. But we need the market to come south side here, Brendan. What's up?
Another one that was just a monster yesterday, guys. Zscaler back to the upside here. Gave you a great opportunity to buy that down at 106. All the way back to 111 already for Zscaler. The top up here from yesterday was 112.75. All-time highs up there, 112.75, guys.
And then there goes, I'm going to flush this one down the toilet. Sort of an ill-advised reload. Of course, one of our best trades is TENX, was that short trade. It just broke through that 250. I did reload at 247, throwing away 4 pennies there as it ran to the upside. The only reason I haven't reversed long is because 270 was really the level that I was looking at, 270 to 275. I think that's a break towards that 290 top if you can catch it. But either way, it's starting to reverse to the upside. TENX, we will revisit this one in just a little bit, but I got to get over to CETX because this puppy is headed heavily to the downside for us. We did get one reload here at 195. We're now sliding towards 180. We'll take a few shares out. This one's down 30%. Remember, this is not a gap up retracement play. They did have an offering, and it's now sliding back to the downside after that announcement. So there's another win for you if you had this one, or you still have it on. I think a 180 break, and you hold on for dear life to see if we can't test about 165-ish.
Yeah, we got some winners happening right now, including Slack. So get some out there in the 20s, and now we'll wait to see what it wants to do back to the downside now that Slack. We are still long, guys. Nice little long here, 38.04. We've been talking about this one. We liked it. I liked it long up here, so why not see what this one can do on the downside? Just to give you guys a quick update as well, we're getting out of our Microsoft. It did not want to go, so we're basically flatting this one. I now have half of this position on board. So I'm long Slack, short Microsoft. Let's see how that works out. What's up again, Brendan?
Western Union just popping up here, guys. Obviously, the other side of that MoneyGram news this morning, held 23 here, up on that news apparently. So 12.25% here, held 23 there on the pullback. We'll see what happens. If that lets go, 23. We were trading at $20.80 yesterday, guys.
Right. Yeah, that's a big name. We looked at that as well as VTIQ. You know that's going to be closing today as well. You did talk about that. Genius Brands is the stock that we have right now long, and we've been getting some out here at 10s. We'll wait for 20s still on the top side of that one. But work right now trying to go, and Microsoft also now back to 183. So a few names on the lookout here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely a few names on the board. CCL is one that we were watching for potential breakout trade. It did get up to 48. We talked about this, 1750 being a break, but it rejected this one hard as the market is coming in a little bit. CCL is following suit, and I think 1725 is going to turn into a bit of a pivot. So I think if you like a long in this one, maybe break a 25 to 30 long in addition to that 1750. However, the trend for me would now be shorting the pops and then using this 17 cent to 17.25 cent range at VWAP for a bit of scalp trades going in there on Carnival Cruise. So that'll be the party for me. If we can get a retracement, I'm not going to short the bottom on this name just yet. I do have to throw over to GNUS, if only because 315 right now has been holding. There is one seller there. You can see 1, 2, 3 times it's popped up and stalled just a little bit, but it's not going very far when it breaks off this level. So if 315 breaks, I think we have a good shot at testing 320. I'm not taking any more shares off here. I still have over a third of my position left. If 315 goes, I think 320 is going to go as well, and then we can hang on for the long side. If this level holds, which doesn't look like it's going to, but to break right now, there we go. 315 just broke to the upside, so let's continue to floss off GNUS. If 320 goes, then we'll start taking more shares out. I want the top to get blown off on this stock.
Okay, guys, yeah, let's just quickly, I know you guys always want to know what positions we have on, and screw you, Microsoft, honestly, at this point. But it's still my favorite stock. I love you, Microsofty. Okay, we are still short here, 182.93. We've been taking out. That's a 70-cent winner, so alley-oop on that one. We also have work to the long side. That's a 20-cent winner. And then GNUS, 17-cent winner. So tray for tray right now, Brendan. Let's go.
One big mover from yesterday, guys, just popped up here. DGLY, 7.5% to the downside. Watch 190 here. A bit of a pivot in the afternoon, then $2 above that for DGLY, guys.
All right. Yeah, it's too bad about that Microsoft here. We're getting out of some slack here as it keeps going up. We did get out there. You got to watch out for this market. But look at this softy, guys. Never, ever should I doubt myself on this one. It just took too long to go. So we did get, like I said, half out here. But look, all of these halves are out for flat. guys. That's the best part about how I trade, I think anyways, is risk management. You get out some for half, and then when it comes crashing down, you still take advantage. Like right there, that's a 40-cent winner right there. So hit that cowbell. 60-cent winner on the downside. So we'll wait to see what this wants to do going more and more and more. Genius Brands, we're going to take some out upside again. Nice little trade happening on this symbol. So the day is getting good for us once again here. Let's just wait to see what this market wants to do.
Yeah, and this time, if Luckin gets down to that 201, 202 area, I am going to dip in and see if we can't pick up some shares. I just feel like it's the another reasonable thing to do. As much as it's been holding this, I just want to be locked and loaded and ready to go if it does. TENX made another move to the downside just here. Sorry, another move to the upside. 275 we mentioned was going to be a level for us, the secondary one. I got out at 250 because I wanted to test 275 as well. So I just jumped in front of it here. 265 is my initial price. 270 will be about my second entry with a 275 stop. You want to be out probably in front of VWAP here. Get your 10% or 5 to 10% that way if you can. I think 250, if it holds, could be trouble, but that's still a 15-cent win on this name, so I got no trouble with that. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one that's showing some strength here this morning so far. Square, guys, 3.2%. Tagged 86 up there almost on Square, up $3 on the day for SQ.
Nice, love Square. Yeah, that's a big $3. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll catch us some of that. I was lucky to get Square at $35 during that chaos. So wow, should have loaded up more on that one there. We'll talk about a little bit. We've been trading a little bit of Bitcoin here, going up and down and around. So you can see this GBTC. Brendan talked about it early, straight to the upside, up 10% today. So that's GBTC, if that's a name that you want to look at. Okay, Microsoft as well made that move back down. We cashed out, so we're almost flat on Mr. Softy here. We're waiting for work to get its self worked out, back up to the upside here. We held out through all of that drop in the market. Now we're seeing the market get back to the upside. So work right now is along 38.04. Let's see if we can't get it. I still think we can get up here, guys. 38.80, maybe halfway, 38.50. We'll see. I'm kind of looking at this retracement here and calling this about $2. So $1 back from 37 brings us to 38. So let's see if we can't get going here. 38.50 and change on work. But it's been a big day here. Let's cash out some more Microsoft just in case this market wants to rally. But Genius, Microsoft, GBTC, and work all working out for us. Not Zoom though, guys.
Yeah, and another one that's moving quite heavily is Virgin. Virgin Galactic specifically, down 9% and continuing to flush. Massive volume spike just a couple of minutes ago here, taking it through $16. Wow, there was consolidation. 16.50 is going to be a level on any kind of a retrace. And look, you go to the higher time frame and you look for some levels, and you're not going to find a heck of a lot of anything until you get back to about 15.40. So that's where I would expect. And you're looking at last week, of course. That's where I would expect maybe there could be some kind of a bottom on Virgin Galactic, but it's just getting crushed here. So look for something in the 16, looks like 20 to 35 range for a short in front of 50s. Otherwise, 50 cents from now would be the next support level. We'll throw the position board up so you can see what we have. Only 3 positions left on right now. Of course, we still have that one long trade in GNUS at 297. It's still trying to break 320 here, guys. I think when that goes, I'll start taking some more shares off. Short on CETX, that's a good one for us. $1.94, it's at 182. Looking at TNX still, I got that reload at 265. I will have to take some off in front of 250, which I just did. So we'll hit another floss for you. The theme of the day is going to be the floss. If you don't know why, you're going to know in about an hour or so when Valeria does it for you guys there. But TNX, again, if it can break through VWAP, great, but I want to make sure I'm taking profit off. Look at the strong move it made to the upside. If you got a short, don't let it break 275. It's moving too fast. Make sure your stop is good and stay disciplined here because it's starting to form an upward trend and you don't want to get caught. There's money to be made in the short, but you make sure you stick to your rules, otherwise you could get crushed, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's the thing, right? And that's what we're trying to do here with work as well. Trying to give this one down to 37 and change. And you don't want to give it lower than that because after that we could crack and then it's bye-bye 36, 37. So all of a sudden your risk to reward ratio is really messed up there. So we're going to wait to see. I am offering some more up here at 38.20. See if we can't get out. But right now that's basically all that we have on. We have GNUS. That's long at 97. There's a big size at 20. Neil's talked about that. Microsoft, we still have this short right here, 182 and change. We are going to look at Square though. I did like that little look from you, Brendan. 85 and change. Wow, Square, big mover to the upside here. What is this market going to do? I guess really that's all that matters at this point is what this market's going to do. But Square is pulling back down. We'll find out. They've already reported. So there goes GNUS, by the way, Neil.
Yeah, it's about time it actually broke through that level on GNUS. So 320 has come and gone. 325, the next level. I mean, if you know anything about the quarters, you know we're probably going to take some shares out in front of 25 and now hang on for dear life. Interesting breakout opportunity, but I feel like the way this one's been trading, it might be better for a pullback. If you want to continue the trend here, you might want to wait for a 315 pullback, maybe even 310. I'm not sure it'll go that far. But either way, we just took some shares out, so 297 long. We just got out at 324, so 27-cent win there, and hanging on to about 20% of our position now in GNUS. The dip buys were good. I wish we'd done it twice and not just once, but it is what it is, guys. I want to get you right back over to Hertz from yesterday. I know we haven't looked at it. There was one trade and one trade alone off the open so far, but watch out here. A bit of a buy at 88. It's not a size buy or anything, but if this level were to break at 88 cents, you know, if you're looking for a scalp, that one down to 85 makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like these other names are going to be far more exciting to play. And speaking of that, Luckin is holding up pretty decently. I wanted to buy it at 02s. It's not really dipping back down there, but if you want to be ready for that one, make sure you have some orders locked and loaded, ready to go, whether it stops to the downside or any kind of a break long. I was waiting for consolidation on MGI, see how far it would go. Almost bottom wick we got out. Now it's trying to make a double bottom here at 330. So we did mention that we would try to find some support here. This is deal speculation, so you might see some actual buying sort of sustained throughout the day on this one. 330 is now the first level I'm looking at to go long in front of. I think maybe even a 355 break here to the upside could be a good level as well. So a couple for you there to the long side on MGI.
Yeah, I'm just writing here that I should have trusted myself here more with this Microsoft trade. I'm going to be tweeting this one out. What a great trade. I mean, this was a decent amount of shares. We took it early. This is generally right in our wheelhouse. Unfortunately, though, the futures didn't give me any indication that we would continue to go down. However, Microsoft it's still now rockets up to my #1 stock on the day here just because of this movement here. We missed it, but we did take a decent amount of shares, and that's Microsoft. And when you're not sure about what's happening, guys, like, I mean, look, it's way too conservative, and that's why I'm going to tweet this out. But 182.90, right? Our worst out 183.06 or 07. So that's like a 15, 16 penny hit. And right now we're in the money, guys. 52 pennies and looking to get more. So like this is like a 5, 6, 7, 8 penny hit here for about half, and then ding, 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 ding. Now you crash this all the way back down, and now we can take out some profit. Thank you so much, Valeria. I didn't even drink my other coffee. It got way too cold, way too fast. But let's take some off here. Microsoft coming down to the bottom. What a great trade there. So Microsoft's falling in a hole here, and we had it. Just my discipline, too disciplined this time, as we see that we should have held on to more and made our day. But whatever, we'll get out of some now.
I'm popping the confetti. There's no such thing as too much discipline. The way I look at it, if you do the same thing 10 times out of 10, one of those times it might not work out for you, but the other 9 times you're making more money by doing it. Sean, don't be hard on yourself. If you're holding TENX to the long side through that VWAP break, yeah, it looked like it was turning the trend. That's why I took some shares out in front of that 250, but we did get a bigger flush. I'm actually flat on it now. You know, when I see it put in a hard bottom like that and make one of those sort of big moves to the upside, I like to get out in front of that resistance. So we reloaded at 265. We're able to get a 30-cent win on this $2 name, so I'm very happy with that trade. If it goes further, fair enough. I'm still grinding on CETX here to the short side. GNUS is headed to 330, so we have to take some more off of that. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
A little bit thin here as far as volume, guys, but Chewy popping up on a percent scanner, 4.5% here, just tagged for Chewy. Broke 46 at the open there, all the way up to 47 already for Chewy as well today, guys.
I keep joking about that one, but I gave that one to my doctor at $24, and so wow, he's going to be making some cash on that one. Next appointment's free, I guess, but in Canada.
They all are.
Well, they're not free. We pay tax, but okay. 1690 to the downside here on CCL. It tried to go to that 1750 that I loved at 933 and then failed it. So once again, guys, if the market's not going to be strong, you can easily fade some of these calls up here. So 1750, yeah, good little look there. Now will work itself out. We'll see if CCL wants to get going again, maybe breaking this level, 1712 back to the upside. Look at the market wanting to go, guys. We still still have Slack, which is trying to get going, but looks like it wants to fade through. We're going to hold out for 37 break on this one. We're long 38, so this one we're going to give at least $1. We talked about that. I think we can get back to 39. So 1-to-1 risk to reward here on Slack. Should be going. Let's just wait to see if it does want to do that. Tesla also, is that breaking 900 yet? Close. It does. It goes to 909 really early. So let's see if we can find some levels on Tesla here for you.
Yeah, I was about to hit the to the moon on GNUS, headed to 335 here, but you guys are letting me know INPX is on the move. Big bounce, so I guess that short has reversed. Very similar to what I saw there in TENX as well. But there's a couple of levels we have to sustain above. One of them is going to be right here at about $1.93. The other one's going to be up here at about $2. So inside of that range, you got to break through to sustain this move. Otherwise, you might want to think about shorting in front of it for a scalp trade, just like the TENX setup. I'm too late on it. You guys were seeing it live. You got to be able to apply some of these strategies to multiple stocks because it's like rinse and repeat everywhere on a lot of these names. Sean mentioned Carnival here. I was actually going to go to another travel name, and that was going to be Spirit Airlines. And, you know, I talked about 1440. It just keeps on holding this tight range. So I'm kind of liking this a little bit more and more. I do still have a stop here to go short if 1440 breaks. The market, however, you know, bouncing just a little bit here in DKR. Thank you very much. Is that euros or pounds? Pounds. So thank you very much, guys, for the super chats. But I'm looking at 1440 breaks still on Spirit. Maybe to the upside, you could have a look at 1460. The reason I don't love it is lower highs being put in. It kind of looks like a situation where the floodgates open up. Maybe I want even a bigger short through that 1440 price.
Yeah, we'll wait to see, guys. And here goes GNUS. Yeah, thank you so much, DKR, for that. And we're glad that you're putting out the winners with us here as well. And bang, there it is, $3.40. So we'll hit the home runs here on GNUS. Look at this reload, guys. You know, we do talk about sort of our lack of discipline there on Softy as, yeah, we get out there, nice little trade, just cashing you guys out there of Microsoft and GNUS there. 44-cent win, talking about topside trading there. That's GBTC. What am I talking about? Here we go. GNUS 44, out some at 40s, and we still continue to go. There is no high side on this one, guys. So that's the thing. We have no idea where this thing's going to go. You kind of just got to let it keep going here. Bang, bang, bang. This name back on May 5th, guys, was 30 cents. So now you're up to 340. So that's a 10-bagger. If anybody's in this, congratulations. I'm not. We're just in it for a scalp. But GNUS, great little trading here on this name today.
Yeah, and if you're long this at 20 cents, I mean, more power to you, but it is what it is, guys. I think it's a great runner here. It's actually past 10 o'clock, which means it's going to be time for us in just a little minute here to go to Brendan at the big board. But I do want to jump to DGLY for just a second, pulling back heavily off $2, and right here at VWAP trying to bounce at $1.80. So I think there could be a little VWAP bounce play. This one down 6%, but trying to claw back. It is 10 o'clock. It is time to go to Brendan, however, for Happening Now.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock, we'll have a look at North American markets here. We're kind of chopping around a little bit as far as tech stocks specifically in the U.S., but overall, still pretty positive top to bottom here. You can see the NASDAQ basically flat at the moment. The S&P slightly higher, 0.3, 0.5%, better part of 0.5% there for the Dow. The NASDAQ as well, back to basically break even, so still positive, but only barely. The Russell, small caps having a nice day, 0.5% to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX up about 0.9%. We have airlines, Air Canada really strong today. Some of the banks as well moving higher. Energy names as well. Oil obviously back in play. BOVESPA down in Brazil, 1.4%. Nice day for them so far. Half an hour in the books here. Let's go and see what's moving around. Air Canada, they closed an offering, share offering today, but up anyways. Nice look here. 2% back to 16.75. About to break day highs for AC if you want to have a look at that one. Baytex Energy, you like the little ones. Here's one with all kinds of volume and liquidity. Oil higher, energy names across the board pretty high, although we closed right here yesterday, so back to flat as you see for BTE. If I shift over to the next one though, you're going to see Suncor nicely higher. Love the way this looks. Tight consolidation up here, 24.50 above us. Suncor very strong, guys. Oil moving higher, so energy names in the U.S. also worth a look today. Back over to you.
Names. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Yeah, Genius Brands, we're getting out of some of that. Thank you so much for that one, guys. And yeah, like we talked about, already getting a few questions here on Twitter. So if you did want to join in the fun, I've tweeted out already a few things today about what's going on here, including GNUS and this Microsoft and not being disciplined. So if you want to see some, well, being too disciplined, if you want to see some of those charts, guys, follow me. Let's see if we can't get that account to 2,000. Okay, GNUS, we're going to let the rest happen here. We're going to get out of some. We're almost out of it all, only holding 10% left. So that's why big out here at $3.40. We'll see if it can't continue to go maybe $3.50. Next target, still have this work position, may average into this one. I think this one has a decent chance of going here. So work right now on my radar 100%. We'll see about averaging in, guys.
Yeah, watch out for a NEO here. 475, let's call it, around that price is going to be a good level here on the daily chart. Of course, it just made another parabolic move. We've been talking about this one since that 380 break and hold. That's obviously going to be a big level for us if it ever got down there again, but you can throw that one out because it's now 475 we're watching on that name. I want to jump back very, very quickly to that Spirit trade. Again, I'm not taking the long breakout. I'm only looking at a 1440 break to the downside. Peloton, Massey, good look on that one. Shout out to one of our former guest traders of the day last week. It does look like 48 could be a potential break, but when I've missed out on this big of a move here, and we're talking about $2.50, I am thinking about a 47.50 breakdown. But look, if it wants to continue going, Peloton now up 5%. You are seeing some runners in this market. It could be worth a scalp. I think you're risking 50 cents if you break that 48 long, so you're hoping it goes to 49 or at least 49.50 on a break on Peloton to the upside here. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth taking that one. So make sure you set your sights high because you're risking 50 cents on a 48 break in Peloton.
Yeah, 48 break on Peloton. Yeah, it hasn't even been. We got pretty high on that name before. And I was looking at Chewy, basically the same levels again, and almost an identical chart. So Chewy and Peloton ready to rock and roll here for sure. I actually don't mind that Peloton break there, Massey, and I know Neil just talked about it. 48 breaking, yeah, you got to give yourself a little bit of room. But here we go to the upside Peloton. What's up, Brendan? We'll look at Peloton when we get back.
VTIQ, guys mentioned this one earlier, coming back to 36 here again. We've been up to 36 a couple times and failed every single time. So gapping up, but fading this 4% now for VTIQ, looking like it might want to test lower prices. Guys.
There we go. We're into Peloton now. So we're going to wait to see here what this one wants to do. We are long now at 47.98. Okay, so it came back down and then filled us. So here we go. Nice little 20-cent winner right now. If you want to take it, we're going to wait for a little bit more on that one. Peloton breaking through 48, up 5+% right now. They can't keep these bikes in shop, but let's just wait to see what this wants to do now. Getting close, guys, to all-time highs. I mean, let's just check out the chart here for us. Yeah, all-time highs up here a couple days ago, 50.05. It's had a couple hard times breaking through 48.40, so we may be stuck here. Let's get a little bit out if we can on Peloton. And again, guys, we are long right now. 47.98. So a nice little 20-penny winner if you take it. But right now, we're waiting for a little bit more on that one. We're long Peloton, GNUS, and work here, guys.
Yeah, if you guys remember when we mentioned Virgin Galactic was crushing to the downside, 1650 is still a break. I like to the long side. I do have a stop ready to go, but I'm going to check it down a little bit here. 1640, 1642 looks like a bit of a level here. So I'm going to go with about a 45 stop to break to the long side. And I am going to try a quick little short in front of it here to see if we can't hold VWAP and continue the downward trend. So I'm going to jump into position here on Virgin Galactic right in front of this range with the stop at this high at 35 with a reversal long not to that 40 to 50 area.
Okay, yeah, so right now we're long Peloton. We just got some out there, 24, like we said. Now we're going to go to the top side again. We're waiting here at 34. See if we get filled. Come on, baby, push to 34. We'll see if we can't take a quick 40 cents on this one. And nope, not out yet. We got to wait. Just D-prints happening right now. There it is. A nice little win once again. Catapult ourselves. Shout out to you there, Massey, for this one. And here it goes again. Peloton, guys, we're long 48. It's a nice little 50-cent win. Clean off right now, guys. We're just took some more out here. So Peloton, yeah, we'll be tweeting this one out, guys. Boom! Nice little win here for us. Good call on this one, guys. Peloton to the top side. Nice little 50-cent win as we speak, guys. So let's keep the train rolling, needless to say, on Peloton. What's going on, Brendan?
BlackBerry, guys, popping up here this morning. Haven't talked about this one for quite some time. They announced middle of the day yesterday. You can see this was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Big spike both in volume and price. They named a new president of the company yesterday, so follow through today. Up to 540 here for BB. Obviously dual listed. You can look at it in Toronto as well, guys.
Yeah, they also had Fairfax looking to buy all of their shares, so that's another story there, Brendan. Yeah, okay, Peloton coming upside. We're going to take some out above 50 here if we can get it. Monitor's at 57 right now. We'll look to take this 52-cent winner clean. This is just, there it is, bang! Once again, explode that money, guys. We take the shares, we put them on, and yeah, let's get going on this one. Look how much different this is than work. Work, we're sitting, come on, chart change. Work, we're sitting here in this trade and it's against us 40 cents. We just smooth out take rate here. This is a 65-cent winner right now in 2 minutes. So sometimes you got to trade, we talk about this all the time on the show, you got to trade stocks that are moving, right? And here's another one, Peloton. If you get that action quick time. Nice little win on this name, guys.
Yeah, and you guys are probably also watching Riot through $3. I saw at least someone mention it on the chat. It tested one time, faded back in 10%, and is now making another run at the top. Two ways to play it, of course. Short shy in front of it, back into VWAP, or take a little breakout through 3 even. I like both those plays, so we'll try to put both of them on here in Riot. I think it's good. It's worth a shot. You probably want it in the 85 to 90 range on the initial short. Of course, your stop's got to be that 3 even, and you're breaking out long through that price in case you get that FOMO buying start to come in late on this name, guys.
Yeah, Riot Blockchain. Yeah, we're trading GBTC. You guys know about that one. We're almost out of all of our Peloton. Not really. I mean, we still have a third of it left coming to the top side here, 60s. So a quick little smooth 60-cent winner on that name. So Peloton, the name that just keeps on going upside here. And we're not averaging into work because I really don't have any idea what's going on. We are long right here at 38 and looking for more upside in this name. Let's check back in Softy land here, see what that's doing. I also want to check in on Macy's. Okay, so look at that, guys. You want to talk about getting out of a stock and getting out of its way. We'll hit the perfect because look where we get out of Softy all the way down here. So we talked about maybe not being as disciplined as we want to be, but look at that out. Sweetness as it keeps going. Okay, 38 and change now. Finally breaking back to the upside. Let's go work. We're waiting here at 18s. Let's see if this one can't go. But right now, guys, the day is just getting elevated here. We'll see what can happen. The futures bounce off that 30-50. Am I filled up there at work? I'm waiting at 18. Oh my God, it went to 18 and turned around. Sometimes that's what happens. Literally stopped at my order. Thought I'd get filled. So we'll see here. Let's get some revenge back there. Looks like it printed around us. It printed 30.19. So let's go. Let's come back upside. We'll get that fill and ring the register on work, guys.
Just got some Virgin Galactic in here. A couple of adds to this price. We got 16.14 on that short. Initial short's going to be to 35. We just talked about that one. Of course, we do like a reversal long if it breaks that 40 to 50 area, whether you use 42, which is the actual price of this little wick here, or you go to 50 on a break long, fair enough. But for now, we are short. It's making another test at that low. If it breaks 16, we'll look to take some off in front of the low of the day, but hold the trend as long as it wants to be there. So I will take some shares off in the 90s. I will then look to see if we can hold it through low of day, which is at 83. So, space down 8% here. You want to make sure you're exposed to a continuous downward trend. If that's what's going to be, we want to make sure we got that trade on. I did mention to you that Riot trade, so I'm looking for a 3 even break. We're going to pay a couple of cents here to be able to short it as well in the 290 range in front of that 3 even. Looks like we're locked and loaded and ready to go there. So I'm going to take a shot short in front of this high of the day, but I also think that I like that reversal long at $3 even on Riot. So we're going to be all over that. But before we do that, let's jump to Brennan at the big screen. We got some upgrades and some downgrades.
We were talking this time last week about some of the banking sector and financials being strong. We're seeing that once again today, guys. Some of the banks leading to the upside. Citigroup on this list today to the upside as well, about 3%. I'll show you that one in a second. Among the gainers, though, on this list, Lowe's also doing well, but AbbVie, look at that with an upgrade. No such luck. Over here, Lululemon, basically flat. We had a big flush off of the open all the way back to where it started, though, for Lulu. A couple of downgrades for Lulu today. I'll show you that one as well. Yeah, there's Citigroup. Nice look here. Coming back in a little bit, but 51 was a problem there for it at the top. Coming back into 50.5. This entire group, though, again today, showing some strength, lifting this market higher. Lululemon, as I mentioned, almost back to where we ended. Lulu down on the NASDAQ. Big flush off the open. We're all the way back to 308, though, guys, for Lululemon. Back over to you.
Thank you very much, Brennan. I'm going to quickly put the position board on. We got 4 trades on currently. For those of you that are following along, you can see scrolling at the bottom, but just a little bit easier to follow if we have the board up for you. Short CTX, that's still in the money for us, $1.94, of course. We have GNUS still holding 297s, looking for it to get to that 350 mark at least. We don't have any hard targets there. I just got into that Riot 285. If it breaks 3 even, that's a hard reverse to the long side. In space, Virgin Galactic, we just shorted this one at 16.14, looking for it to take out that bottom. It's been getting crushed so far this morning. A name that we haven't gotten into just yet. I am still looking at VTIQ here. We do have the locates. We got the ability to short it here. Looking at a break possibility at about 36.50 or so to the upside. If you're going to be shorting it, I'd rather it break back below VWAP here and retest 35. Otherwise, we could have a long break in VTIQ heading towards that high if it breaks 36.50. So watch out for that trade in either direction. So 35 break down, 36.50 break to the upside, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to shout out to Gregory. If you're around, I'll take some VTIQ if you can get it for me, buddy. That would be great. Okay. Yeah, as we're going. Okay, Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Bionano Genomics, guys, just popping up on a volume scanner here. BNGO. We've traded this before. Huge pop. Little teeny tiny penny stock now. 42 cents up to 47 cents, all in the straight line, guys.
We like straight lines, do we? I think so. And including straight line here, Peloton, good. We're going to get that. It's only, it looks like it's $10 for 100 shares of VTIQ short. So we're going to get that too. Do like that call. So let's wait to see if we can capitalize and make more money than we paid for the shorts. And that's another thing, guys. Watch your broker. Talk to them. See what they're saying about any of these shorts. We'll put our position board on for you guys quickly right now because it's a good one. And I got to get back to trading, but we know that you guys like to see this. Okay, here it comes. GNUS, 50-cent winner. Let's just hit the cowbell for that one live right now. GNUS, there it is. Big time win there. Peloton, that's a big winner. That's 33 cents right now. And work is finally going. So work right now, 15, 16, 17 cents, depending on where we take this one. But everything making some moves up in the right direction for us. Peloton was a nice out up here, guys, because we got 48.60s as our out. We take a little bit out as it flushes back down to 47 and change. But right now, 48.20. We just took a little bit out of that trade. We now have, guess what, guys? We have that lucky 10% left on Peloton. So we flush that, we take that out, and that doesn't go to number one on my board, but it gets pretty close. I'm still thinking Slack can get going today, but it just keeps bouncing off here. I'm waiting for this level to break 38.50, but here we go back to the downside. I don't know. This just exploded to the downside right here. So I don't know. Work, we might have to get out of this one. Might not be the trade we think it is, guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting one in Slack for me. I was sort of eyeballing 38.60 as the initial level for a break. It's kind of stopping shy each time at 38.30, and I'm sort of sitting here waiting for a better price. But at this point, it's sort of, if you're going to take a short, it's in front of 38.30 or bust. If I'm going to break out to the long at this one, it's going to have to be through that same price. So I'm going to take a shot here. It's going to be long break 38.30. I think you're scalping that one to 39 initially at least, and then short trade right here, right now, basically in front of this little VWAP with a very, very tight stop. You're not risking a heck of a lot here to take it. It is a nice little higher low it's put in. I think you got to take that one off in front of VWAP some, and then 37.50 as well. But it's a breakout for me. Going to get first involved here at 38.30. So let's go short with a reversal. I hope it doesn't come in that reverse, but it does seem like it wants to be a little bit strong off this little bottom. Wow. Now I'm chasing it. I'm chasing it. Did you see that?
Dancing Gorilla, you talking about GNUS?
No, I'm talking, oh yeah, 350. There you go. Thank you, GNUS. Good look there, Sean. So did you hit the Dancing Gorilla? We love it.
Yep.
I don't know where the top is on GNUS. We're just
that
sort of
the problem.
I'm going to start trailing it, I think, at this point, because how else do you play it? I don't know where the top is, $4 or $3.80. Who knows? We'll just hang on to this one for dear life, guys.
Yeah, no, we don't even have to hang on to it for dear life. I mean, this is just keeps going up. We're not even watching it anymore. Yeah, we just take some out there. I took some out 49. I'll do that every time, getting out in front of 50, but it didn't care, and that's why I hit the Dancing Gorilla. Like there was like maybe 1 million shares or something at 50, and it just said peace, see ya, and ripped straight upside. But look at these buys down here on GNUS, still ripping, still going. Great little position on right now. GNUS 70 cents now in the money off of this nice reload down here, guys. $2.97. I know we both had it, and it just keeps on going.
I don't know where it's going.
It's not my floss time, and nor will I ever be doing it, but Valeria today will be. And there's my little animation.
We should have like a countdown in the corner or something.
366. Yeah, we should.
22.5.
367. GNUS. Bang it out, guys. I hope you guys like that one. Catapulting our net. Let's take some out here. This is going parabolic, guys.
Absolutely, and the riot came all the way back into VWAP. What did I tell you guys? If you short this one in front of 3, make sure you take some out at VWAP here. So we grabbed the short. Our price is going to work out to about 285 or so, now 284 as we take some of our early shares out. Take a little out at 75, 76. You're looking for a bigger move down here to 65 to 70. If it breaks that, all systems go to a 250 break. We still like the long break at 3 even. That's perfectly fine. We will be involved in that one. I did finally, after chasing it, get into that slack position, a little bit shy of what I wanted. 37.97 to the short side. If it breaks VWAP, you're looking to get out in front of this little low here. It's a scalp trade. 37.60 is our target. I wanted to add to it in front of that 38.30, break out long at that same price. CETX, I want to get back to one of the names from earlier. We're still in the money in this trade. Again, if you're working one of these little trends, I bought a couple of pullbacks here. There's just no reason for me to get out, but it did flush and turn at 170. I will take a few shares off in front of 170 and then hang on with the rest. We're short at $1.94. If we can get a 25-cent return on one of those on this type of trade, we'll gladly take that for us here. But I want to make sure we hang on to this in case we get a full move back down to about 160 or 150. Look where the stock is coming from. Lots of room to run back to the downside.
Yeah, I'm just telling you guys, again, what a great day, but there's just not as many names to trade today. And yeah, we just tweeted out a little bit of Snoop Dogg action here. So if anybody's looking at that one, if you like Snoop Dogg, I like Snoop Dogg. I don't know how old Snoop Dogg is right here, but here he is dancing. This is probably more in his heydays here, but GNUS, man, party time. So we talk about that one on our Twitter feed. So join us there if you guys want to throw that up at Trader TV Sean, at Trader TV Neil, and whatnot. Okay, we're still, I know Neil's short slack. We're long it. We're just trying to wait to see if this one wants to get above here, 38.30. I'm looking to add now to that position above 38.30. So if we can break that, then giddy up, guys, and we'll go longer on this one, 38.30. We are still long 38.04, so we're going to wait to see if 30 breaks. That's where we've been getting out. We're going to go hella long if that does break here on work, coming to the upside here as the market so resilient, guys, today. So we're going to wait to see on this one. Here it goes to the upside. That's slack.
Yeah, this is going to be a big time break, I think, through 38.30 for me. You know, I like to short in front of if it's a key level and it's any good, I'm usually going to take a short in front with a reversal on it. So that's going to be the idea over in slack. Do not forget, at 12 o'clock, literally at 12:01, sorry, we end this show. We're going right into a YouTube live premiere. It's going to be amazing. We're talking about liquidity. Premiere. It's a good thing because a lot of these small cap names, you got to understand how to play the market in some of these cheaper stocks. But it is 10:20. Brennan is at the big screen. It's time for our small cap recap.
Yeah, brand new feature that YouTube just recently released, that Premier option. So we're going to do one at 12:01 today over on our Market Wisdom page, guys. Please join us for that. CETX, obviously GNUS, we don't need to talk about that anymore. Huge opportunity on the long side. I'll show you a few on the short side here this morning. CETX gapping down. They announced an offering this morning right there, a huge flush. Love those when they announce the offering, any kind of pop back to the upside. Shortable typically on those types of moves. Big buy down here around 180 though, kept refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing, so that got me out of that one. Teeny tiny little scalp there, about 10 cents worth or so on CETX. Nice move though. DraftKings, I absolutely love this type of trade when you have a stock that's just been on a tear 4, 5, 6 days in a row to the upside in a big way. The first real flush you get off of the open on a move like that, typically shortable. So this is 43. 43 was a big level in the afternoon yesterday for DraftKings, came into play here, just shorting the pop in front of 43. Nice flush down to lows again. That's a $1.50 move, or $1.50 range there on DraftKings. So a nice look for that one as well. One more, ADAP, we were looking at this one yesterday, had a big move higher in the morning yesterday. We're right back below 1250. 1250 was the first kind of stop on the way down for ADAP. Opened below that this morning, gave you a move all the way down to 1150. So a great shorting opportunity there as well for ADAP. All kinds of opportunities once again today, guys. Back over to you.
I'm going to go with, I don't know, let's hit fireworks. I keep hitting the same ones over and over again. I'll switch the page in a second for you at some point. Got some out on Slack in front of VWAP. And again, I want to be reloading in front of this 3830 because my target is really just to get 3850 or 60 down here. It's not looking for necessarily a big home run trade. It's playing the range right now, which is at 3750 VWAP pivot and 3830 reversal to the long side. So it's a bit different from some of the other strategies you might see, looking for a home run all the way down to low of day. I think we can take advantage of 12 million in volume and work this position. Pun not intended. I want to make a correction. Right at 12, guys, you want to make sure you're jumping from this to our YouTube live premiere. Look, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be chatting along live. It should be a lot of fun. We've never done it before. It's a new feature. It should be an absolute riot as we're in some Riot blockchain as well, but that's a flat trade for me. 1440 on Spirit continues to hold. The second this breaks, jumping into this short trade. I'm getting to the point where I'm actually thinking about shorting in front of VWAP as well. Very tight range on Spirit. 1440 should be a great break to the downside. I don't think that range is going to hold for very long.
No, yeah, I don't know why I don't really trade that name. We should be back into it though. Spirit Airlines. Okay, so work. We're still waiting for that. I mean, that's gonna be a while. Okay, Peloton right now making moves as well. We are long Peloton right now, 47.98. We've already cashed out of that one. It's near the top of my list here for best stock of the day. And I want to shout out to Massey there. We do have a guest trader coming on again today, guys, live at 11:05. We're gonna be having Michael Simpson Jr. on. So that should be fun when he comes through. It should be a good one, character for sure in the LA area. So when he's on, we'll welcome him on the show and talk everything stocks, man. What you guys are trading, what he's trading, and what not. CCL, that's a name. That's been my #1 stock, honestly, for the last couple months, and you know that from watching the show. So here we go. We talked about it coming back up here to 1720. We'll see what that wants to do as we have different screens. So if you see Neil or I looking at different areas here, we have multiple screens up. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, guys. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 12 minutes, so on and so forth. Different things up. I have the Twitter up here as well, looking to make some plays off that. But CCL right now looking upside here. We've kind of broke out a little bit. I don't mind a 720 break. And did I put that order in yet? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. So we'll wait to see here if CCL can't break 1720. And then we'll take that one for a long ride. Hopefully, guys, CCL.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of a long ride, you can ride in a Neo car or you can ride the stock here. Man, this is bouncing off VWAP every single time. It's looking for a place to roll over, and as much as we've been talking about the breakout on Neo, intraday you can still hunt for some shorts. It's a long trend. I think once it broke that 350 and then 380 held. But either way, I'm now looking for a potential pivot at about 460 or so, 462 if you want to sort of split hairs. But the problem is it's been bouncing VWAP each time, so I can't look for that short just yet. I know some of you think that's my style. It is. But Neo right now way too strong for me to look for any kind of a short trade there. GNUS is starting to give me reason to at least think about where we want to get out here. First hard pullback just happened at 370. So far it's managed to hold this area here, that 340 to 350. If it gets back up to 370, I'm going to look to take it off in front. I think it would be a secondary break through that price. If I can get about 360 to 365, we'll take the rest of these shares out here. I love a 60-cent return on this stock. I think that'd be absolutely fantastic. So I'm not saying the party's done here, but it's giving reason to possibly get out of that trade. One other short that we're in here is going to be that Slack. Of course, we just want to scalp on this when we talked about it. Continuing to head down towards my 37.60 target. We're short here at 38.11. 50 cents would be fantastic, and then we'll get out of that one for you there. But another trade just popped in for me, taking some shares. Sorry, before we get to that, Brennan, what do you got for us, bud?
Blue Apron, guys, just saw this one having itself a little bit of a day here. 12% to the upside. Big mover yesterday as well. We got up to 13 bucks. Yesterday, we're now trading at 13.75. Briefly got up to about 14.50. APRN, though, looking pretty strong today, guys.
Blue Apron, okay.
I'm going to hit the slap shot. Haven't done it yet. We did just get out working the range trade in Slack just in front of 38.30. I still like it as a breakout potential through 38.30 as long as this is going to hold. Could happen in the afternoon. Just sort of lock that one away. Have a stop order locked and ready to go. Just make sure you're sitting down when it does break eventually. So this range here, 37.50 to 38.30, we'll manage to take the short in front of there, catch a 50-cent win. We'll rinse and repeat, sort of move on. If it comes back up, I'll try it one more time short in front, but that'll probably be the last time, and then we're reversing to the long side trade. GNUS is still holding that 350 for now. I was considering trailing 350. I'm not going to do that just yet, but at some point, I really have to consider how far it does want to go on that one name. And one other name for you, sorry, I was mentioning Riot Blockchain. I'm not going to get any more out in front of VWAP. I think at this point, because it's held this sort of 285 to 290 range pretty well, if it wants to flush through, I'm looking for a 265 to 270 target. We're short here at 284.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get out of work if it breaks above below 37.50 as well. So that's that trade there. Facebook. Oh, Facebook's a name I like right now. Get to it before it breaks here. 229.80 or so up here. Facebook looks like a good little runner, especially if this market wants to go. We still have GNUS on. We still have Peloton on. And now it looks like we're going to get into Facebook here. Just a couple hundred shares breaking through 229.80 or so. We'll see if we can't get that one upside now. Here it goes. So I did want to check in on some of the banks as well. We talked about Sector Watch and what's been happening. We've left the financials today, and this is why. Look at this. This is called Chop Central here. I can't trade this. I'm not looking for 10, 15, 20 penny moves. We need a little bit more. This is not really very good here. Looking consolidation is the word I was looking for. From $100.35 to a bottom of $99.50. If this $99.50 breaks, it looks a lot better than the long does on this break. So let's wait to see if the futures fade. But look at this, guys. What a bounce off of a 30.50. We talked about that down here. It's really retraced itself all the way back up now. The future's only down 0.45. My biggest win has come on Peloton, which was given by a viewer and Brendan. So let's see what you have next for us here, bud.
Another idea in the airline space, guys. LATAM Airlines up 32% today. Huge monster relative volume on this name. Really teeny tiny stock, but moving significantly. They provided both a corporate update and operational update as far as flights are concerned and when they're going to get back to normal. Everything sounded pretty rosy. So moving higher here, guys. 32% for LTM.
As you say that, and as the market creeps to the upside, I feel like, and I wish I could, can I find it in time for you guys? I don't know, but I'm going to say it. It's a trap. Potentially in Spirit. We do get that break at 1440. It then manages to at least so far hold this range between that and 1450. I think you got to at least give this to VWAP 1460-ish range. So I'm going to see if we can get an average price in the mid 40s to high 40s would be a reasonable trade here, but I don't want to get too aggressive in averaging into a position when we have a stock that's not really moving too heavily and the market is headed against us right now with a couple of airlines moving to the upside. So just be a little bit careful with this one. I'm not going to give it past 1460 on Spirit. I do like the break. It tested it but rejected it initially. So short right now in Spirit 1441. I'll add one time to get a price of about 45 or so, but 1460 hard stop on Spirit to the short side.
Okay, guys, yeah, and that's the thing. You need to get your stops in there, guys, or else you're going to get run over by a lot of the time. And there we go. We take work now, short side. We're short now work, 37.40 right here. So let's wait to see what it wants to do. It's given up the ghost on the downside here, so it doesn't want to work itself out. That's why when you see here, you see these little purple ticks. Those mean short. So right now we are back into this game short here. Work breaking through 37.50. That's a trade I'm pretty comfortable with. Let's just see what it wants to do to the downside. We'll get out some down here 37, but we're making it all back here on this name as it's coming to the downside. Nice little trade here on work. Yes, sir. Keep going down, baby. Nice trade. We make it all back. We've just made back what we lost on the long. So there, bang it out. Yes, thank you. There it is. Boom it out. We turn from bull. Where is this thing to bear? Get out of here and let's throw it to the big screen with Brendan. Thank you so much, work. We switched it up on that one, Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we're going to have a look at the S&P 500 a little bit early, 10 minutes early or so, because something very special is coming up in about 10 minutes. If you've been joining us over the past couple of weeks, Valeria promised that if we got to 30,000 subscribers, she would floss live on the show for you. So that's coming up in 10 minutes, about 10:40. So we're going to have a look at the S&P 500. By the way, if you are joining us for the first time today, welcome. Please hit subscribe. We would love to continue the momentum here for us and continue to bring you all the market information. Let's jump into the S&P. 0.5%, guys, to the upside. 0.53% higher on the day. I want to point out this one. Western Union, 11.3% to the upside on that MoneyGram rumor. DXC here as well, 8.4% to the upside. Everything else in the tech space pretty muted so far. LifeLock here, NLOK to the downside in a big way, and a net 2.9% in the hardware space. Energy stocks very strong, lifting the market big time right across the board. This entire group in positive territory. Oxy, Hess, and CXO, they're up more than 5% each. Little real estate stocks doing quite well today, also providing strength overall to the market. We were talking about the banks back in positive territory. Sean was showing you, I think it was JP Morgan there, gapping higher and just kind of holding a bit of a chop fest. But overall, this sector very, very strong on the day, outside of a couple here to the downside. Industrials also providing some lift on the day. GE, HWM, and PWR over there, all 3% or more. We have some of the airlines still holding on to decent gains. AAL, UAL, and Love here, 2.3%. Leading the way overall, though, about 0.5% for the S&P 500. Guys, back over to you.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks a lot there, Brendan. I just want to get you over to Virgin Galactic for a very quick second here. Reversal to the long side. We did talk about this one. If it were to break 1635, which it did very briefly, and I got out of my trade, I was going to wait till 1640.50 area for a take of the long trade. But I sort of looked at the market coming up here and then VWAP break, and I'm going to initiate the trade a little bit early here, get in some shares at 34. I still like it through a break at 1650, so we'll add to our position. If 1650 goes, we'll be all over that. And VTIQ went, and I did not get triggered. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, it looks like there was a wick here, so I have to double check my order. And I didn't mention
about that stock,
I'm going to be making an adjustment to my stop orders, and I did talk about this. So I think there was a bit of a break. We'll see if that wasn't a dark pool print, but it wicked up and came right back down. So the short play's still on if it breaks 35. The long still looks like a break here, but however, you talk about 3650, that pre-market level was actually 3670 or so. So maybe we'll have a couple of entry points, see why we didn't get triggered into 3650 on VTIQ. 3670 looks like a level you might want to break as well. So still the same structure there. We'll see why we didn't get triggered in that long, guys.
And guys, here we go. It's chicken dinner winter time once again. Peloton, yeah, thanks for bringing that to our attention. It goes all the way 90 cents into the money on that one. So Peloton rips all the way to 48.80 there on a level break. We didn't get any out, but we're really happy with that one. Thanks for bringing that up on the chat there, guys. Hopefully you're riding with me on this. This has been fantastic. Hopefully you're also short with me on work here as we go down into the money big time again on this name. And again, we reversed just as many shares as we went long. So we cashed out. This was actually pretty much a flat trade, a little bit of a loser because we did get some out for 30 cents. But then look at what's happening right now. Getting worked to the downside right now. We'll just keep on saying that. We're bidding 37.08 here on work. So let's see if it can't flush down here. I don't know why picking these random levels, but we'll see here. There it is. It just crushes us right there. So yeah, pigs get slaughtered. We use our discipline to our advantage now. Bye-bye. Bang. There it is. It's a car crash on work, and your boy has this. So let's just keep going. We take more short there through 37. Let's go, Brendan. Big trade alert.
Yeah, very big move there on work to the downside. One name we were looking at yesterday, a big mover yesterday, COTY, coming back in a little bit here today, guys. We held 450 and 460 up there from the pre-market. The next level here, kind of 440. It has to stay below from yesterday, but huge move up on that KKR news yesterday, coming back in for COTY, guys.
All right.
And Spirit's starting to slide to the downside here. Of course, remember we added to our position at 1646, so we got a 44 on average price on that 1440 break. Pre-market low is 1430. It's trying to take that out right now. Once it does, I think we make a nice little run down to 14 even on Spirit. So I'm going to quickly put the position board up so you can see everything that we have on here. A couple of changes in the last few minutes. Certainly, we're still short CETX. Of course, that's in the money, $1.94. We're going to hang on to that till it turns, but a huge win. We'll review that in a bit. JNUS is coming back to 350 here. We still have some at 297. Of course, we just got that Riot as well as short in Save. Spirit, we just got a 1441. And then Virgin reverse long. So that's one of our two long positions here. 1634. I'm adding at 1650 if it goes up, guys. I want to take you back to Riot just a little bit here. Bouncing off VWAP over and over again. I will take more shares out if it goes back down to about 275, 277 or so. Otherwise, still looking for a bigger move in this one. It's gotten very, very sleepy, so it might turn into a trade we're just hanging on to for a scalp the entire afternoon in that name, guys.
Is it CEO? We're going to talk about a name here in a minute. Just want to figure out what's going on with it. Okay, work is up here. Let's check out Facebook really quickly here. Coming through 229, still not popping through 229.80 at all yet. But okay, I did want to talk a little bit about this company here, Fireblocks. So we've been talking a little bit about crypto today. Fireblocks, we're going to have, I believe it's CEO coming on soon, eventually, about this, and it's moving digital assets. So it's back and forth, a very interesting name here. Big clients as well. If you come down here, 25 plus exchanges. It's just a way to move money back and forth. We're not being sponsored by this at all. This is just an interesting topic to talk about here. 200 plus tokens. A lot of people, and even myself, concerned as well. I'm going to look into this company more and more for myself, but you can see certified as well down here. But this is Fireblocks. We're going to find out a little bit more about it. The most connected institutional network in the world. If you are trading cryptos right now, you definitely want to check out Fireblocks. We'll have more information on them coming up. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what's pretty huge about them? I was sort of reading up a little bit. It's pretty cool that they have an insurance policy, not just for storage, but also for transfers, which I know is big for a lot of people that are trading in tokens. It's one of those things where it's all about security. When we trade, one of the reasons people love day trade the world, to be honest with you, and it's not to pitch day trade the world, it's just you know that you're going to get good executions. You know there's security in the platform and the system. I think that's one thing people are always looking for. Do I know that my money is safe? Do I know that I'm going to get paid out? So I think that's going to be big. It's an interesting thing, as you mentioned, and I do hope we're going to have the CEO coming on at some point. That's how we do over here. You know, we bring in CEOs. It's just the name of the game. Speaking of, and we didn't play this one up, but you literally mentioned crypto, and then Riot flushed for me. So we're still short this one at 284. I mentioned I would take some out at 75, 76. I did take some more there, but I am looking for these 260s here if we can get down to that range. So another winner on that short. I think it can be a sleepier trade. We'll just hang on to it. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. A winner's a winner, right?
That's what I'd say. Yeah, I like that one for sure. If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. That's for sure. We're going to wait to see what does happen here. And look what's not taking an hour, and that is Peloton. It's almost lost time, but here we go, guys. Peloton, a smooth $1 winner. So whether or not you're dancing or not, you need some music. And here's the disco ball. So a nice little win here on Peloton, moving to the upside. Maybe we should take some out. It's busted through 49 once. We'll try it again to see if it wants to go. But right now, Peloton moving to the upside, looking like a decent trade. Dollar winner on this name. We've been taking some out here on Slack, right? So work. We just got out. Wow, what a trade, guys. 36.80. This is our short down here. So, well, we're short here. We took some more once it broke through 36, but nice little trade happening here on work. Big time. Made all of our money back plus. So really happy with the way this one worked out for us, guys. That is Slack. To the downside. We switched it up. That's why you can never be married to your positions here, guys.
Yeah, just got triggered into VTIQ here on that little break at 35. So we got the short on here. I mentioned here we should have probably, should have actually thought about being more aggressive to this short side trade, but it looks like it might be testing the lows. It's still up 3%, but you're seeing it pull back in. VTIQ, we're just engaged. Luck and Coffee, I know a lot of you guys are talking about it. Again, it is what it is. We talked about 215 as a break. We talked about 220 as a break. We gave that one to you this morning if you're watching along in the watch list. And we talked about it at 9 o'clock. I did not have this breakout, but there it is. $2 holds over and over and over again. At some point, there was going to be a breakout. We talked about it. There it is for you. I know some of you got it, so congratulations. But I believe we got to go to Brendan. He's got a little something special for you.
Yeah, another crazy mover here today, guys. AMRH, Amory Holdings, 217%, holding 420 right now. That's funny, 420, because they're doing some research on brain cancer, treating brain cancer with CBD oil. So nice little tie in there. AMRH, guys. 45 million shares so far on this name.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. AMRH. AMRH, probably on the NASDAQ, Brendan, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, $4.25. Wow. Yeah, CBD is like all the rage, obviously. We don't need to tell you that. Our boy Gronk is going to be back in the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's CBD'd up. Needless to say on that one. So more to come on this day, but yeah, 520, big time break. I mean, look where this stock comes from. Brendan just did the work, $1.40 all the way up. So wow, that name's running. As is Peloton. We'll wait to see if it can test $49. But right now, we got to go to the big screen, guys. It's what apparently everyone's been waiting for. Let's take it away, guys. There's the floss. Is there music?
When it's over.
I think it's over. There we go.
And
Was there music with that or not?
Let us know if you guys heard the music, but you wanted it. It happened. It's 30,000.
No music, they said.
No music. That's okay. It's. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
I guess.
But I think maybe she might have to do it again because the music, it's a must for the floss dance. But you know what? Forget about 30,000. Let's get to 50,000, and maybe if we catch some trades like this VTIQ, maybe we'll get to that as well. So that just punched through that 35 level. Quickly took a 40-cent scalp on it. 34.90 short here. I was willing to add to it on a pullback to VWAP. Hasn't done that yet. We're looking for a test of that low. 34 first, 33 after that. VTIQ, when it comes down, we love this stock when it comes back in. We've crushed it at least one time to the short side. We'll try to do that again, guys. What just happened?
Okay, I don't know. They're screwing around the audio there, but we'll sorry about that, guys. They'll get it figured out, and we'll hopefully be back with some music. Even just play the music, who cares? Okay, Peloton right now, 49.20. We'll look to take out $1.20 if it comes up there again. Too many times has it bounced around here on that one. Yeah, bye-bye work. And you are right, Jarhead. So we go from one floss to another. See ya work, and that's what we do here. Big time flush and bang it out. Work. We sit here on this long all day. We switch up our game at 37.50 and we say sayonara. So right now, one of our best stocks here, we flush not ourselves down the toilet, but we flush work down. Let's take a little bit more off down here. We'll be tweeting this out. This is why you got to follow me on Twitter. I'll recap all of these trades for you guys there at Trader TV, Sean. Here it is here again. Another plug. Let's see. Oh, 1,900 now. Okay, let's see if we can't get to 2,000. Big win on that one. Big win on Peloton. Big win on GNUS, guys. It's been a big day, needless to say, in case you can't guess. But yeah, it's been fun for sure. Let's just see what happens. More. Thank you, Jarhead, for bringing that up. And once again, that's a cowbell trade right there on work. Breaking. Good trade there, guys.
I might have the first loss of the day coming on here, and it's going to be, well, second loss, first losing stock on space. We did the reversal on the short trade, and it looks like it's trying to head back down. So we thought there would be some strength on this little break. I did say I should wait till 1650. I said I'm going to get into the trade early. I did do that. You got to give it to 16, and that's certainly the reason. So we are willing to risk down to this lower high here. I'm going to wait until it tries to bounce off 16 before I add any more shares to this position. So it's either going to be long in front of a 16 bounce, or it's going to be long on a 1650 break, adding to this position that we already have on. We talked about VTIQ here. We're going to give it a shot on some consolidation to maybe add back into our position. One of the reasons I like to scalp shares off is so that I can get back in and maintain this directional short trade now that VTIQ wants to come back in, guys. So I am looking to add somewhere between 35 and 35.30 on VTIQ. I'm short at 34.90. Already taken a win on that name as well. But Spirit Airlines is making another move to the downside. We did reload in front of VWAP, so our price 14.43, looking for a break of this little low in the pre-market at 14.32. Once it breaks that, we'll look to start getting out of our position, first in front of quarters, then in front of 14 even, guys.
Okay, yeah, good review there. And that's why, guys, you got to watch the show because we're putting everything on the line here, showing you guys what we're trading, how we're trading it, and what we're looking at, right? So give us some shout outs and give some, hit that like, hit that subscribe here. We just did get out of, look at this, out on work there. Wow, nice little trade there. Happy with that out. 36.52. Thank you, Jarhead, for that. You let me know that one was heading to the downside. So much respect on that play. Thank you for that, giving me that little heads up on that name. I have too many shares right now. Peloton, Work, GNUS. We're trying to trade some Bitcoin here as well. So yeah, the markets are flying around today, guys, as we go. So yeah, GNUS, great out on that one too, all the way up here. And that one's faded right back down. I don't know what you're doing with this one, Neil, but it doesn't look super great anymore. Back to VWAP.
Lately, I've been doing the last 10%. I'm letting it ride, or I'm just, if I don't find a good trail, I'm just giving it to break even, which is, I mean, it's $2.97, but I'm calling it $3 because we like even dollar areas here. And it's one of those things where until I have a better plan for the last 10%, I'm just going to sort of work it before throwing out trailing stops all over the place, which to me have not been working for me on some of those plays. So I'm not going to do it. However, I might think about it at some point. If VTIQ breaks 33, and I'm looking at 34 first, we're short here at 34.90. If it breaks 33, that'll be a couple of dollars worth of a move. I might think about trailing the last quarter of that position because the bigger, faster moving name here, whereas GNUS, there's so much liquidity. I'm never worried about managing that trade. With VTIQ, I don't want to get caught up not noticing a move, but right now, it's trying to punch through that 34 low. I'm going to take some shares out in front, see if we can't. The market's sliding down 10 handles rapidly and taking VTIQ with us. It might vault up to our number one stock of the day, but GNUS still going to take that crown for now.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed that, and I even requested those shares short and still missed that VTIQ. So let's wait to see what's happening here. GNUS going the other way as well. We did talk about that. So lots of stuff now happening in this market. You can see the futures are falling. Good look on that one, Neil. Let's just wait to see if we can't get more shares short here on something. We were waiting. Peloton, maybe your time to get out now. Sure, if it breaks down below this, 48.75, we'll get out of Peloton. That looks like a name that wants to go downside right now. So Peloton, take off some profit. This is a nice 90-cent winner, 48.75. If that breaks, we're going to get out of Peloton. Looks like it's going to break right now, though.
I'm hitting the arrows down. We just got touched. First target on Spirit Airlines, 14.27 is going to be our out here. We got short in the 40s. You're seeing this flush overall across the market. VTIQ hit our second target leg to the downside in front of this little higher low on at 34. So 34.90 short. We still have half our position on, looking for a 34 break, and then 33.20 to 33.40 would be the next level out to the downside. So the shorts really starting to come in here. If you're hanging on to these ones, VTIQ, I think you might want to do that, not get out too hastily here. The only problem with this working to the downside is, of course, I am long in Virgin Galactic here at 16.34. It looks like it's going to retest that 16 even. If it breaks, I'm out. I'm not reversing short side. We have plenty of short exposure right now. All of them working out for us on these short trades. The one long I have, unfortunately, here in space, ill-advised. Our initial short looks like it was the right play, guys.
Yeah. Who knows? Initial short. Yeah, that was a good trade. Okay, Peloton, we're still waiting for that one to see what it wants to do. Big break there in Bitcoin breaking down.
Whoa. Sorry there, Sean. But Spirit, another massive. So it keeps doing these big time market sell orders. A bigger spike here to the downside. Another 15 pennies as we just got the short here, 14.40. It's at our second target. Brendan, what do you got?
WRTC, guys, we were looking at this one yesterday. They announced an offering yesterday around this $8 level. Ended up spending the day there, but huge relative volume just stepping up here. Selling back down to $8. Huge move down for WRTC as well, guys.
WRTC, okay.
Sorry, guys, I'm just going to hit the, alley-oop action because right now Spirit short is working out for us pretty well. We just got some shares out in front of 14.10, 14.42 short side trade. So 30 penny winner, and we're still hanging on to half of our trade. Check that, 60% of our trade. And I'm going to give you guys the position board very quickly just so you can see what I have on here. Still short CTX, that's in the money 25 cents. You know, I got over a 10% return on that one. Again, no reason to get out of that short. GNUS, yeah, I still got it at 297. Ha. If it breaks 350 back to the upside, we'll see if we can't take it out. Riot Blockchain, 283 short, still in the money for us. I'll review that one for you, but that's working out like gangbusters.
Yeah.
Also short Spirit here at 14.46 is an average price. Just got some out at 13s, and VTIQ short 34.90. That's in the money, 40 cents. I'm looking for a 34 break on that one. Hasn't happened yet, though.
Yeah, no, everything is moving well for us here. Peloton, we are about to get out of that one, it looks like here. Peloton looks like it wants to break, and there it is. Nice little trade there for Peloton. So we hit the cheers from the audience there. Nice little trade there. Hopefully you guys had that one with us, but that is Peloton, and still moving to the downside is that name. So I'm not going to go short it, of course, but we'll wait to see if that one wants to do anything. That's Peloton to the downside right now, guys. I like it, but we'll wait to see if it does take out this top 49.20. It's been a monster day today, guys. Work is still working itself out. That's not work, that's Zoom. Zoom back down below 200. Let's have a look at that when I get back, guys. Zoom.
And bye Riot Blockchain. It just broke 250. I was looking to see if we could get a break at that 250 area. I got out in front of this level and then thought maybe because it was the opening range low, I could get back in on a breakdown. Couldn't even get back into position, so it's a 285 short. We basically were talking about this the entire time above VWAP with a 290 stop. You have plenty of opportunity, now getting absolutely crushed, and it's still going, guys. On a pullback, look at 250, look at about 265 as well, but it is 1050. We got to get over to money talks, maybe talk some of this crypto too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start there. In fact, what a move up, first of all, in Bitcoin, and then right back down again. We'll shift over to the chart here. You can see above 10,000, tough to see, but big flush higher through 10,000, and now we're right back down again into that range. So we tested higher back to 94, what is it, 94.50-ish, now down 2% on the day. So we did break this level up here and then right back down. So yeah, pretty crazy action so far today in crypto land. Ethereum here also following suit, down 3.8% after being significantly higher to start the day. But that's an hour chart. So this is going all the way back to the beginning of the year here around 8,800. We tagged 10,000 and change back below now. Everything else pretty solidly higher right across the board once again today with everything that's happening south of the border. US dollar weakness coming into play. So anything against the US dollar going to be higher today, including, yeah, Sean, here we go, the Canadian dollar, 74 cents today for the CAD, 111 for the euro, 0.5% to the upside. British pound, 0.5% to the upside as well, 125. Look at Australia and New Zealand down here, both 2 or 3 days in a row, I want to say, more than a full percent to the upside for those two today on that US dollar weakness that is continuing. Guys, hit like and subscribe. Let's go back over to Sean.
And don't get me started about that Canadian dollar there. Yeah, we don't like the Canadian dollar making these big moves, but that is what it is. So we'll wait to see on that one. Yeah, it's funny to see these cryptos just falling off the face of the earth right now. So we'll wait to see what the news is on that one. But yeah, breaking all kinds of levels here. So yeah, we've been trading it here to the short side. GBTC, big move down from 1250 all the way down to 11. So we'll see what that one wants to do. But yeah, big time mover here to say the least now. Bitcoin falling down. Good little look there by Brendan for that one as well. So we only have work. We'll talk about our trades here quickly. The only positions on right now, of course, is right here. Work is a 10 cent in the money. If it comes up, it's not. There it is. I don't know why it took so long there. Work short 37.38. Right now, that's only 5 cents in the money. And then we have a baby long still in GNUS. It's not much, but those are the only two positions we have on. Michael Simpson Jr. Coming very soon as our guest trader of the day, guys.
Absolutely. Just sat back down here and shorted a bit of a pop on VTIQ. So look, this is a big time hold at a higher low at 34. You got to be careful when you're shorting this reload. This is why you got to take some profit off, I think, on the way down when you're looking for a bigger win. But if we can hold VWAP, maybe even check that 35.80, roll back over, I'm going to have to take some off in front of that 34 even again while maintaining the short position for now as it works for us. Oddly enough, it looks like we're holding here in Virgin Galactic, at least pretty decently, of that 16 level. It is a higher low. Of course, it's already been crushed. This was 1750 in the pre-market. Made a 10% move to the downside before bouncing. I said if it checked up in front of 16, we'd grab more shares into the long. That's now happened. So let's see if we can't pick up more shares in the teens. It was going to be a 16.15 break, but this time we're going to add off that 16 bounce instead.
Okay, yeah, we're also looking to make some more moves here on GBTC, on GNUS. So yeah, a lot of stocks rocking and rolling right now. And the market right now today, pretty flat. It makes that move all the way back down to 30.50 once again. So that's another move to look at down here on the bottom side. 3,050 breaking and moving back and forth. Let's check out Carnival now. Again, 1685. All it did was break down on this flush. So maybe 1690. That was kind of the consolidation spot here before. So some names to look at for sure as we go. And that's one of them right now, Carnival. I do like that one to the south side, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to check back in for you guys on CETX. And look, I've been hanging on to this one. We sort of talk about this. When you get one of these trend trades to the downside on a weak name, it's down 36% here. I got a couple of shots to short this one in front of $2. It tried to test it after the open, held very nicely. Of course, we've been getting out the entire way down. We're still short at $1.94. It did hit 158. That would have been almost a 40-cent win. We want a little bit more than that. However, I do see it check up, and right now it's holding a tight consolidation range. So if it breaks that, I'm going to get out and look for re-entry points, I think, on CETX. There's nothing wrong with taking a 35-cent win on a name like this, $1.94. So I am going to look to get these last shares out, but CETX been one of our best stocks this morning. VTIQ, hard bounce here, guys. So the second half of that position that we're going to work into here in front of this little VWAP. And again, I don't like stops at VWAP. I think you got to give it a little bit of a break. So 35.80 is the out. I'm going to get one more time back in front of VWAP. We did just check back in at 35.20. We're going to look to add some shares here in the 40 to 50 range. But if 80 breaks, we out on VTIQ.
We down. Okay, work would be 37. 25-ish. So just looking to make sure that we're going to get out on that one. We have too many stop orders here. So we have a lot of orders. We've got to clear some of these out of our blotter soon. But that's work right now. Other names we're looking at, man, Facebook, still not going. I preferred that to the long side, so we have to wait. We were waiting for this break, 229.80. Instead, it breaks this bottom, 228.50, and then heads straight to the south side. So right now we got to regroup. I'm going to cancel pretty much all of my orders here that we have, and they're all stop orders. We do have our Premier coming on as well today. That's going to be at 12:01. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, good look on Luckin, guys. Wow, who had that one?
Ugh.
Great long off of that 202 bottom. That was a missed opportunity for show.
Yeah, I want to. You know, it is what it is. I'm not happy about that miss. I mean, how many days? It was like that Hertz trade where we're scoping that one out at $1 for a few days in a row. At least there was a secondary play that we could have. Luckin doesn't give you anything close to that. Bouncing here off 225. It's just parabolic moves right now for Luckin Coffee. I think we're going to use that 2 even. I think any kind of pullback deeper than VWAP here, I'll probably look at that 215 level again as a bit of a bounce play for us there. But unfortunately, that was a bit of a miss. But you can move on to some other names here. One of them is going to be that GNUS. Again, like I said, break even on the rest of that trade. It doesn't quite get to break even. We're still long at 297. It's trying to make another move to the upside. I promise I won't get greedy next time. If it touches or breaks 350, I'll probably take this one out. Probably should have done it at 370, but that's fine. We're still going to hang on to the trade for now. VTIQ looking like it wants to break that upside, guys. So we're not going to get the home run trade on VTIQ, but I'm going to have to stick to my rules here. If it does break this 35.80 here, we got a couple of nice little reloads around VWAP. If it breaks upside, 36 is reasonable. I'm going to have a tighter stop here on VTIQ because when it goes very, very rapidly. Brendan, what do you got for us, bud?
Moving lower, guys, 1.5% here for Starbucks. They announced aftermarket yesterday some additional measures they want to take, including asking staff to take reduced hours and things of that nature to help cut costs during the pandemic and the lockdown. But Starbucks to the downside today just made a new low on the day, trying to hold 77 down here for S-Bucks, guys.
Starbucks, yeah. Daryl got back into save at 14.10. Okay, we can have a look at that one. I haven't looked at Spirit Airlines in forever, so we'll look at that one right now. 14, what'd you say you got in at? 14.10. Wow, good little trade there. Wow, to the upside. Yeah, 14.10. Good little bounce. You saw that resist at 14 down here, and then again. So good little trade, Daryl. We're ready for our European update at the big screen with Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe is in very positive territory today as European countries continue to lifting down the lockdown measures. Well, Germany is leading European market up 3.74%. Italy is up 2.18%. Spain is up 2.8% also, and Britain is up 0.99%. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you, Valeria. Daryl with a great long at the bottom at 14. I just reloaded on Spirit. I did take shares out basically at bottom wick here in front of 14 even. We're sort of looking at that level all morning. But for me, I'm going to jump back into the short trade on this sort of move up to 14.40 here. My average price still working out to 14.43. So I don't actually have to move my stop here, but I am going to have it at 14.50. Before you might be giving it to that 55 to 60. I think it's reasonable to give this trade to about 14.50 here. It's a big move to the upside that we just broke up. But we love this short. It was fantastic for us the first time. I see no reason not to reload. Maybe take some out at 14, 15 to 20 or so. But back in, we were never done on save, but back into some shares here after you took 3 legs out to the downside, guys.
Yeah, save's a good one. That's for sure. We've just been destroying some Bitcoin here as it's moving around right now. Childcare back in Ontario. That's good. So we'll see if that one's going to hold through. Okay, Facebook right here. Shoot, not really doing anything. Let's check out Mr. Softy coming through soon. NQ. Wow, what a short next time, guys. We got to believe that a little bit more than we did. It came down here, cracked it again. Now Microsoft building a base. I actually, if the market gets going, I don't mind this one to the long side again. 182.50 long side on Softy here. So that should be something that we're able to trade through if it does break Microsoft 182.50. Let us know if there's any names we're missing. Obviously there is, but let us know if there's any names you guys want us to look at, and we definitely will. But yeah, 182.50 on Microsoft. I do like that one, especially if the futures continue to hold down here. 3,050. This one could be a decent name. Slack now heading back to the downside. We gave it all the way to 37.20. This has been a big trade for us, needless to say. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Trying to get to 2,000 at TraderTV. Sean, join the fun. We're tweeting out some charts today. We're tweeting out Dancing Snoop Dogg. This is the GNUS trade here, just to give you guys, I put little arrows where we're getting in and talk a little bit about it. So follow me if you want to get educated up there. Plus I post some fun things as well. So that's that on Twitter. But yeah, we're getting ready for our special guest trader of the day. Should be a good one. We talked with Michael in the past. Definitely one that we're excited about here. And good luck on Starbucks, by the way, that one heading southbound.
Yeah, I promise you guys are going to enjoy our guest trader of the day today. I'm checking back in on Riot here. Big bounce. I took it out at 250. It did go an extra 10 pennies there. So if you caught the extra part of the move, congratulations. You beat me on that trade. But it is bouncing. And for me, I'm going to look to see if we can't short one of these pops. The initial pre-market bottom here was 255 and put in a range here at 250. So I think the first stop you could go here in 255 to the short side. Better short would be in front of 265, which we're mentioning on the way down. I'm going to jump into that in just a quick second here once we get some consolidation. But VTIQ is trying to roll back over. We did get a trade back in here, 35.20s we took some at 35.60s. So our price is 15s right now. We had an 80 stop. We're looking for a move back down to break 34. And again, I do still have some bids down here in front of 33 even. So 34 goes. I'm still going to be net short. Even though I'm taking profit out on the way down, I still like a 34 break to give you a shot at 33 even. That will hopefully give you $1.50 to $2 we've been hunting for this entire time. But Brendan has something for us. Let's go to the desk.
This one, guys, APY up 6% today. Huge volume behind this move as well. A couple of upgrades. There's also a couple of firms that started covering this one. Not entirely sure. There's no other significant moves or news rather, but APY 6%. Nice looking chart here. 975 holding at the moment for APY. Huge volume though, guys.
I like huge volume. Volume is good, and we actually did a video on volume. It's a very, very important indicator. I don't want a stock gapping or a stock with news if you don't have volume accompanying it. That's the reality. If you can't execute a trade and you can't scale it, it's not going to be worth it for you. And you're going to get tossed around by larger traders if there's no liquidity. So that's another reason why you want to consider that. APY, for me, it's starting to roll. You've already missed a bit of the move, so you're hunting shorts. At that point, if you look at the daily time frame, I'm looking at an obvious $10 area to be able to see here on the daily. If you turn in front of an obvious level of resistance, it's going to be good for a scalp short. So that's what I'm hunting right now. But we got this good short on in VTIQ that I want to get you guys back to. If it breaks it and holds below 35, first leg for me, 34.61 for another 50-cent win. I'm taking 50-cent scalp on the first quarter of this position every single time. And then from there out in front of 34. And then on that break, we're looking for 33. So that's what we're going to continue to do on VTIQ. But it is that time. It's time for our guest trader of the day. Let's go to Brendan and introduce Michael.
Yeah, everyone's favorite segment, guys. Guest trader of the day. Once again, if you want to participate in this segment, Valeria's going to send out a link. All you have to do is send us an email, and we'll get you on as guest trader of the day. Very happy to welcome Michael Simpson Jr. to the show today, all the way from sunny LA. And I say that without knowing because I'm pretty sure every day is sunny in LA. Michael, how is it so far today?
Currently, LA is on fire, but It's still sunny. It's still sunny.
How has trading been so far today for you?
Oh, trading's great. Trading is great. I always tell people that right now the market's at the bottom, so you could basically hire a pigeon, put it on your keyboard, just let it walk around, and you'll probably make money.
That's an interesting strategy. I think we'll have to maybe back test that a couple of times. But let's bring the guys in here and get back to the market.
Absolutely. Good to have you on here, Michael. Love the shirt. I see you're a fellow nerd as well. I didn't do this to copy you, to be honest with you. I don't know if you were following along, but I'm a man of my word. That's why we shaved the head. I want to jump right into it. Let's just quickly ask you, what have you been looking at this morning? Have you been actively in any trades? If so, what are the stocks that are on your radar right now?
Yeah, if you want to do a share screen, I can show you. Here, let me pull this up for you real quick. This is my number one trade right now. What I'm really focused on is GNUS. With me, so far today, I've got about 2,300 profit on it. I got in on GNUS back when it was $1.88, about a week ago, $1.83. So I've been kind of riding this thing for a good week, waiting for a good time to pull out, but it's not really offering me the time to pull out. It's just the gift that keeps on giving right now, so.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think for me right now, of course, you know that we're going to be heavily day trading. I've been hanging on to this one that long, but at some point as a day trader, I have to give up the ghost here because 350 a couple of times, it keeps turning around here. There might be a future play in the afternoon. You look at it here, you know, if it holds this sort of initial, I don't want to say initial move, because the first move to the upside stalled at about 320. And then had some trouble getting to that price again and then busted through. So the fact that it turned around at that same 320 here maybe gives you some juice to hang on to that one. But it has happened. I have a negative stock on the day, and I got to give it to you guys here. Here is my negative stock. Virgin Galactic breaks 16. I initially was going short. The trend didn't really break. I went long anyways, and there you go. So I've traded like 6 or 7 names today. One of them is a loser, and that one is Space. It's continuing to get crushed along with the markets. Thank goodness we're short almost everything here, with a decent long on GNUS, of course, that you're mentioning.
It's shocking for me that's, I mean, it's Space. I feel like you can always bet on Space, but...
That's one of them here. I know, Michael, you're big in media. We talked about that with you before. What's your thoughts on Facebook here as we continue to go short on this one? I like to look at stocks that are relatively weak or strong against the market. Here's Facebook down 2.14%. Market basically flat here. So, yeah, we're a little late to this game. Needless to say, I was looking for a breakout here. That didn't happen. That would have been a great shorting spot. But now we go short. 226 and instantly into the money here, guys. A nice little 60 cents. We'll see what happens here. Downside push on Facebook. But you traded GNUS today, you mentioned. Do you stay away from some of these big caps, Michael, or do you just don't care whatever the chart goes, or do you just let that pigeon go crazy?
You know what? So I've got 2 accounts. One of them is long. This account is the account that I kind of go back crazy on. As far as my long account, I've got Disney, Apple, Tesla, things like that.
Right.
As far as day trading, my big plays yesterday were Wayfair.
Wayfair.
Definitely pulled a couple hundred off of Wayfair. And I played. Thanks to you guys, I've been playing DraftKings quite a bit.
Okay, good. Yeah, I like DraftKings there. You a sports gambler at all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I actually played in college. I used to play at Ferris State University, and I played at Olivet College.
What did you play?
So, basketball.
Hey,
so what, a 2 guard, or how tall are you?
Yeah, I'm 6'2", and I was a small forward and shooting guard.
Shooting guard,
playing
Michael
that wing.
Jordan, basically. Okay, that's good. Michael Jordan a little taller than 6'2", obviously, but and that's been a great documentary there if you've been watching. What's it called again?
Yeah.
What's it called? Last Dance. Yeah, good one there. We've been
Last
watching.
Dance.
You wish that was be coming back here. But you mentioned trading a little bit, talking about making a couple $100 and so on and so forth. Up a nice 2,300 today. Is trading something that you do every single day? Is it a side gig for you? A side hustle? What percentage? And we're not talking about income here as far as numbers, but is it about 50% or so of your income comes from day trading? Do you like to focus more time and effort on that? Obviously 100% of ours does, but how does that come through for you? And are you a trader that, like I said, looks at month to month, longer term as far as an income is concerned?
Right. So here's my perspective on all of this. As we just saw, the whole world fell apart. We're living in The Walking Dead.
Right.
I don't know who to trust. When I get gas, I won't even look at you.
Yeah, no, but that's probably, look, we're lucky to be here. We're lucky to be here in Canada. We don't have much of that. So we appreciate all this. You're in LA, stay safe, but keep going. Yeah, sorry about that.
Exactly. Yeah. So for me, what it comes down to is, I'm an actor, music artist. I own a production company. I've got a lot of eggs in a lot of baskets.
Right.
And it's literally for this type of thing. As far as day trading currently is outside of residuals. So let's say I'll throw residuals to 20% of my income, which is money I continually get paid from commercials and things like that. Outside of residuals, day trading is all of my income right now.
All right.
And but this is something I always tell people: don't think of your income as monetary. Think of it as time, because that's the one thing that you can't trade. You can't get it back. And so I spend a good power 3 hours on trading every single morning, 6:30 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. my time. For you guys, I'm pretty sure that's 9:30 to 12:30. But so I put in a good 3 hours power trading. I remember I used to get upset at you guys because you guys always stop at noon, and I wanted you to go all day. And once I really got heavy into it, I was like, no, noon's good. Noon's good.
Well, and that's why we do that.
There's a couple of reasons for that.
Just for volume, we need to get the moves here. And here goes Slack, guys. So Slack, we say WTF to you because right now Slack is on the move downside. I put an order there at 20s when that started breaking. We'll see if we can't get hit right now. Slack right now 70 cents in the money, and bang, there it is. We get hit. So Michael, you're not a vegetarian, are you? You know what's coming. It's chicken dinner winter time, and there it is. We reverse our position on Slack. You know what? I have to use something different because I keep setting everybody up for the same thing there. But here goes Slack to the downside. And look, this is about being disciplined. We talked about that earlier on as well. And I was long here, Michael. Slack, we liked it, the report, so on and so forth. $38. We were able to get it out. But once we realized this wasn't breaking, I decided I wanted to go hella long if we did finally break out. But once we finally started moving to the downside here, and it tipped its hand, right? That it didn't want to break. So we get out all of these purples here. And again, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but a lot of these purples here, those are short sells. So what you have to do is reverse your position. We like to say you don't get married to a stock. And I think that once this one switched it up, normally, people average in. They average. And now you'd be at the worst spot if you'd averaged in all the way down here. So sometimes it does pay off to flip your script over and take it the other way. Is that something that you often do, or are you like a one in, one out kind of guy?
Honestly, I'm a one in, one out kind of guy. And the reason for that is because shorting stocks literally terrifies me.
Right. Well, you got to get over that because honestly,
bottom line,
it's just one more key, Michael. It's just one more key. You don't need to worry about being afraid of something. Have your stops, be disciplined, watch us on the show, and that's what we're going to do. Right now, GNUS, 37-cent winner to the upside. Work right now, 60-cent loser. Winner. Let's put our position board on here just to let our viewers, as we've been talking to Michael Simpson. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Facebook, here it is. Short right now, 30 cents in the money. GNUS, that's the same long we've had all day. 40 cents. We're very light on that one. And Work is a 50-cent winner. We alley-ooped the market for that one. But that's the day so far. And thank you, guys. It's 11:14. We're going to 12 o'clock. YouTube premiere, 12:01 today, guys.
Actually, we're doing the premiere right at 12. We want you guys to jump in for us. But I want to mention the futures here because we're sliding down towards 9,500. And speaking of futures, in about 15 minutes, our friend Arun is going to be coming on to talk about some of these levels because we're actually getting a little market movement here today. And if you're short that's going to be a good sign. Of course, I mentioned I am short in save. I did get back into this one at about 14.36 or so. I took a couple of legs out to the downside, 21s out at 11. We're still going to hang on to this one net short. I'm not covering this one until we break back above 14.50. If we take out 14, I'd like to still have some shares on when that happens. If it happens, I should probably say. That would be that whole positive to negative story. So, you can have some targets here, but if you don't have key levels or you don't have anything that you're working off of, just allow the trend to work itself. If you have an out and it hasn't hit it and it hasn't broken the trend, you might as well stick some skin in the game and keep with it to the short side if you got it. Right now the market is sliding down there. But one stock that isn't, and it worked on the first half and it doesn't on the second, is VTIQ. It was a great short initially. The second short does not work out for us. That just broke back above 36. So we give a little bit back here. I was looking for a 33 move on a 34 break. It doesn't happen for us here. Thankfully, we took profits out on the way down. That's how you can manage some of your losses. If you hold on the entire thing, you're getting blown away right here. Brennan, what do you got?
Another little one for you, Michael. We, this time of day, like to look at stocks that are popping up doing more volume than they usually do. This is one of them. Outlook Therapeutics here up 13% almost today. Look at this volume spike as we took out day highs here, 125 on OTLK, moving higher for the second day in a row. Guys.
All right.
That is definitely a big one. A quick shout out, Mike. Just so it's up to you, and you don't have to do this, but there's a lot of people asking in the chat here if they can have access to your social. So if you want to, that's fine. Throw it up on there if you'd like. I do want to mention one thing, though. I, too, was a wing when I played basketball, but I'm only like 5'11". So we had one guy in my senior year over 6 foot. One dude.
Apparently I'm lying. I'm getting a text from an old teammate saying 6'2", question marks.
Yeah, that's all we Wow, he's calling you
called out live.
Wow, getting called out live.
6'3", 1 inch. Come on.
Oh, so you're taller. Okay, I see.
Apparently I'm taller. I think I'm 6'2", but Brad, he's a character.
But why not take the credit on being taller?
Though. I'm upset that I missed out on LK. I got really screwed over on LK. I was in it a couple thousand when it froze, and it really, I don't know, it just scared me off of it. And then I'm sitting here today watching, and that thing just took off, and I missed it. And I can't mess with it. But it does look like it's got a lot of ins and outs.
Yeah, we like LK.
Look, we like that too, even level.
Problem, yeah.
Even this pullback, I'm looking for a place. The market's coming back in here, and if you know $2 is a level, and you know there's speculation of people buying in there, it kind of gives you entry points where you know what your risk is going to be. So if you're buying 215, you pretty much can lock it in at that point what your risk level is going to be. It's slippage, not 2 even plus some slippage on that kind of a trade. So you know what your upside might be if you can get another run to this 250 mark. I do like it. So if we level off here in the futures, I might care about the leveling off of the futures. I might not, to be honest with you. I might just jump in and buy a little bit of a dip here if I can get anything in that 215 to 220 range. See if it can make a secondary move to the upside. Sometimes you miss those moves. It is what it is. You have to just sort of dust yourself off and find the next trade. For me, it looks like in front of 215 here on Luckin.
Yeah, we've got Luckin's a good trade. We're also trying to average in now. We did take some profit on our Facebook. I don't know why we got out there. I don't know what happened there, but okay, we are back short now. We're going to average in until 228 and change. So right now we do like this Facebook short. We're just going to see what happens here on the market. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, smash it. Actually, we just take 227.44 out of the downside. We just crossed 30,000 subscribers, Michael. So that's a big, cheer for us. We're really happy. Next stop, 50,000. How long have you been watching the show for, Michael?
Since Valeria started flossing.
Okay.
I've been with the show since like day 5. I started watching you guys.
Wow.
As soon as the market crashed,
right,
I jumped on YouTube.
There's
hey girl, get it, girl.
Get it, girl. Yeah.
As soon as the market crashed, I wanted to find a group of like-minded individuals to trade with.
Right.
I was hoping to find a live stream on YouTube, and I kept going through channels, and honestly, it was just trash after trash after trash. Obviously, being a filmmaker, I value production value. And when I came across you guys' channel, I was just like, okay, these guys are the real deal. And then I saw a man who was literally my mirror in both looks and in science fiction, the love of Star Wars and science fiction. Had to stick around. Chicken dinners going left and right, Valeria doing all sorts of social dances. It just, how could you not be subscribed? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. I just love it that you're a nerd like myself. I mean, it's a tough road sometimes going down that path, but I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It is what it is. I'm a big kid at heart. I know you are too. Look, I know we're both looking at that GNUS, and it's put up or shut up time here at 350, I think. So, I've been hanging on to this last 10%. Sean, if you're hanging on too, I mean, it feels like it's got another move here if it can break 350, and at that point, maybe you get a run. I'll probably take it out in front of 370. As day traders, you kind of have to have that outlook. With a longer time frame, like you might be looking at there, Michael, what would be your trigger to get out? You said $1.88. Obviously, you're deep in the money here. You already pulled 100% if you look at that move to 370. What kind of an out do you look for when you're swing trading? Is it more technical? Or do you just sort of watch for a couple of what is your outlook? Let's just give us the juice here.
With GNUS, the way I'm working it is as soon as this thing breaks 3K for the day. So here's a side note and also, by the way, everyone, I apologize for earlier if it felt like I ignored that question. My social media, my Instagram is Callie_BTW, CALLIE_BTW. I'd love to see you guys there. If you want to talk, chat, whatever, I'm always down and open for any kind of discussions. But as far as my ins and outs with this one, Neil was responsible for my first $1,000 day. I was rocking with him on, if you guys remember, a little stock from a long, long time ago called Whiting. And I was rocking with him back when Whiting was just popped off. And he was responsible for my first $1,000 day. Since then, I made a rule. Every time I have 5 of anything, I'll move on to the next level. So I wanted 5 $1,000 days from that point, which I hit. Then I wanted 5 $2,000 days. And today might be my first $3,000 day. So I'm kind of just hanging on to Gina's to see if I can break that 3K, which if I do, I'm out. I don't care how high it goes. I don't care if it breaks, if it goes to 10,000, whatever. I just want to get that 3,000 day. If I don't get it, that's fine. I'm willing to lose it down to 2K. And that's basically how I do it. What am I willing to risk in order to hit what I'm trying to gain is really what it comes down to.
All about that risk to reward. I mean, that Whiting trade was a great one. We sat there, I know, Sean and I off 125, I believe it was. 120, 125 was just such a great level for us. The reason why I think I'm so sick about lucking is because it was so similar, where there was an obvious level for a break back on a upside in a stock that was getting beaten down, and when you catch those breaks, the floodgates open up because there's just so many shorters and haters in there. And then speaking of which, I'm usually one of those. So when you get those chances to break some people's backs, that's where the bigger trades can be sometimes to the upside. It's those those heavily beaten up names, and that's why lucking was so good. I'm going to go back to trading for just a split second. I do have a few positions on. It's that time of day. You mentioned things slow down in the second half, but I still have some spirit to the short side here. It is rolling over again. I'm not adding unless it gets closer to that 40 range for me. Still short here at 1440. Next leg out will be in front of 14 like it was the first time we took this trade. If it breaks 14 even, I'll still have some on board looking for a bigger move, just riding this trend to the downside. Not a heck of a lot of a reason to get out at this point. And the last other short I have on is CETX. We talked about GNUS already, so I won't put the position board up because I can go back to this one for you. It made a big bounce to the upside. When I talk about hanging on for dear life and allowing a break-even trade, I'm not going to give this one back to 2 even. At this point, I'm not going to let it break VWAP. I'm short at $1.94. If it breaks 185, fair enough. I'm not going to get the home run on the last little bit here, but I've already taken out a bunch of this stock, so the last 10% that I'm hanging on to on the day trade, it's either going to go back to the low, give me like about $1.60 on an out for 35-cent win. Decent return, 15-20% is a good target on this one. But it's more of a break-even type stop for me here, and actually not even that. So 185 is my out on CETX, 194 short. That's all I have left. I'm not going to get too aggressive at this time unless we get some really big market moves happening. VTIQ maybe could be one of those stocks that could start moving again.
Yeah, for sure. I want to give a big shout out to my main man there, Panther B Squad. What's up, my man? Chilling out. Do your homework if you can. My 8-year-old there watching the show. What's up, my man? And if you, here we go. Hey, Baron, what's up? Look, fruit salad time. See, Daddy's trying to eat some fruit salad here. Michael, what is your favorite? I got some watermelon here. That tends to be my favorite. The problem with watermelon is it's kind of hit or miss, right? If it's fresh and decent, then it's good. What's pretty consistent always is blueberries. So what is your favorite fruit salad, I could say ingredient, or I don't know what you call these things?
Well, here's the interesting thing. I'm old enough to remember when watermelon had seeds in it.
Right. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling you on that one.
I remember when fruit was actually fruit. What you're eating there is a cup of.
No, it's a cup of fruit.
Somebody made that in a lab. I'm not sure exactly what's in there. Tastes fresh, looks fresh. Is it fresh?
Well, when are you coming down? Let's open invite to any of our guests on the show. Come down and you can celebrate with me. And together, Michael, we can have a fruit salad time. So there we go. Coming to the upside there. This animation's probably too long. Makes me look like a maniac there. But okay, Square. We just take some Square. Brendan brought that name to our attention. So we got long at 86, out some there at 19, but still waiting on that. And waiting on Facebook. We did take another short up here, 227.67. And this is what we talk about, being married into a stock. So I feel like the market wants to come back down here, retest this 30-50 level. So what we do is we average into Facebook. We're still giving it to this out up here, 228.25. Like you, Michael, our day is pretty magical so far today. So we'll wait to see. We don't want to give back everything, but Facebook relatively weak. So let's dig into a little bit of a short here. My average price, 32s. I mean, we're only out of the money 20 cents on a $200 name here. So let's give this a little bit of room. Hopefully we get back down into this little bunch up here, but we don't want it to break up through here, 228.25, guys. That's Facebook.
Looking for some stocks that might move here. I mentioned VTIQ could be one. That's because it made a double top. So opening range high here about 37.90. It then tried to take out 38 when it just broke that. And this is what, if you ever see like one of those opening range trades, you're looking for a breakout. When that top is 37.90, and you're sitting there breaking into the long at 37.91 in a stop order, yeah, don't do that. Just like sort of give it to the even dollar. That's what a lot of people are going to do here. It's going to break that 37.90, not get through the even, and then people are going to basically crap their pants and then say, oh my gosh, it didn't break, and then they're out. So I would rather, rather miss out on 10, 15 pennies of a move to be sure that it's actually taking out real resistance as opposed to jumping in too early, or hunt for a pullback off VWAP here at 36. I mean, that's where I got out of my secondary short. So to me, if it's a reason for me to get out and it comes back and revisits that price and the trend is now to the upside, why not give it a shot? So I'm looking for 36 to hold right now in VTIQ, maybe jump into a little something here. I don't want to get too frisky at 11.30, but should be worth a shot here if we can get any kind of a bounce in VTIQ at 36.
It's an interesting stock. So with VTIQ, I've been day trading it pretty much every day. I do have, on my other account, I do have it long. I've got a couple thousand invested in it long. I got in at $22, and I'm just holding that to see what happens. I'm willing to lose it all in case the company tanks. But it's been an interesting stock to day trade, but it's been pretty solid for the past 5 days, I'd say.
No, you look, I was just pulling up the last week or so on a 3-minute here so you can kind of see. The breakouts have been relatively decent. You talk about this one here right through 30. You make an obvious top. The next day it holds below, and then you get an opening range breakout on that name, and it's very, very similar. Almost every single day. It gives you a secondary break, the same thing in the afternoon. So it's kind of these clean
very
moves
solid
that we've basically been looking at for entry points as a day trader, and you can use those for swing trades as well. Like someone that had that 30 break, it didn't give you a reason to get out. Now maybe it did today, breaking back below 35, depending on your risk tolerance. But certainly, I love the hold there. It's a great trade. For me, I was looking for it to bounce here at 36. Man, this stock just flushes right through. So next level, if it can hold 35, we'll see. I'm not going to force a long trade just because I want it. It has to hold and show me some support or break out through the top. Otherwise, no reason to touch it. We've seen what those afternoon breaks can do. A run to $40 is certainly within the cards here if it breaks 38 in the afternoon.
Okay,
it's my
guys.
first IPO, so I'm just learning how to trade IPO. I mean, I've never been at the beginning of an IPO, and that's why I'm excited about it. I've never been in at the beginning of anything even remotely close to a Tesla. And thinking of where this thing could possibly go has me very excited, and I think that's why we see so many points of play here, is because everyone's excited about it, but everyone's also kind of unsure of if they should hold or not. And then you've got us, and we're just going to day trade the dang thing all day long. So it's hard to figure it out.
No, certainly. We're going to be all over the day trade.
Yeah, Michael Simpson, thank you so much. Okay, here goes Square. Finally to the upside here. We gotten some out at quarters here, but now it's breaking through. So we'll wait to see. I mean, this is the problem. When you're short Facebook and long Square, I mean, if the market goes up, one's going to lose, one's going to win. So we got to reevaluate our positioning here. That's why we're getting some out here on Square. I still do like this Facebook trade. We'll have to wait to see what it wants to do, though. Breaking upside here, 228 just came into picture there. So if the futures want to fall down, I think, guys, this is a decent spot to maybe even add on to your Facebook if you haven't rolled with that yet. Facebook right now making this move back to the downside, looking like a good one. We're going to get some out in the 40s if we can, just because it's been bouncing around here. There we go, nice little out there, 42. Let's see if Facebook can't make the move back to the downside here. Nice little trade. Facebook getting
the market dropping to 30.50 here in the futures. So we actually are going to have Arun come in here, our futures trader. Some people have been asking about some levels. I know you want to ask him some questions, but we're going to have him jump in. We're going to throw to Brendan. I think he's going to bring Arun in just any second now, guys.
Hey guys, yeah, we're going to touch base with Arun here and get a look at the futures. Michael going to stick around and hang out with us for another half an hour here. Arun, I did note there that the VIX did pop up a little bit as we went negative on the day. So a little bit of volatility when we see that downside action once again.
Yeah, I mean, they have an inverse relationship, right? So anytime the market moves down, you're going to have the VIX go up. Futures, it's been pretty quiet. Yesterday was pretty quiet. The first trade I took yesterday wasn't until 1 o'clock. And today I thought it was going to go in that direction. And then you know what? That we did a little double, almost like a double top towards that 75 that I have marked off. We peaked at about 70. So you know what? I took a short just underneath the 60 when we came down. Took that ride for about 10 points. I got out. I'm going to get back in. I moved the stop down to 60 now. So I got back in just now, actually. That's what I was putting in orders as I was coming on. Just underneath 55. I've got 30.75 on the top end. 30.60 is the closest level I've marked off. And I've got 30.35. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I've already got the short at, I got the short at 30.54 and a half. I'm going to put the stop at just over 30.60. When I mean I'm not using a hard stop. I'm using a soft stop. So I want to see what kind of action we get above this level. If we are going to buy, then I'm going to get out. I'm going to flip to a long above 30.60 and see if I can get that quick momentum run, maybe towards this 30.70 for a quick trade there.
We saw pretty muted action yesterday for the entire session. Today, a little bit of expansion to the upside, but you're feeling that kind of weakness coming back in, moving back downside now?
I mean, you know what? After we stalled twice around that 30.50, this trade just under 55 is not necessarily because I feel anything. It's just the risk reward is great. It's 1-to-1. It's low risk. It's 5 points on the risk, 5 points on the potential downside. If I'm wrong, it's only going to be 5 points. If I'm right, though, I have the advantage of being in a great price in a position that I actually want to see. And you know, when it starts to go to the downside, it's kind of hard to catch, right? So this one is more so that I think the risk reward is great here, and I'm willing to put up the 5 points to see what we've got to the downside.
Yeah, really clear line in the sand from the overnight session down there at 35. Arun, great stuff as always. We'll check in with you again soon.
Absolutely. See you, Brendan.
All right. We'll get back to the guys here. Michael, how much do you pay attention to the actual futures when it comes to levels, or are you more concentrating on the individual stocks that you're looking at?
More concentrating on the individual stocks. And that actually leads to something I wanted to point out, because I keep getting questions in the chat asking me about just beginning and how do I find positions. If you're familiar with Thinkorswim, there's a lot of watch lists that are pre-built in, and my favorite one is the top 10% gain on the NASDAQ and on the NYSE. You can always pull that up and just watch. Don't watch the stocks, watch the volumes. If there's no volume moving as a beginner, and just as a trader, nothing's moving, nothing's happening. You're not gonna I think Neil mentioned it earlier, but you're at the risk of the big boys. Because there's no volume, and someone can just come in and sell a house or buy a house. In either case, you could get screwed over. So look for a ton of volume, and if you see volume on it, then you go and look at the price. A lot of people want to go in on something like Disney or Apple when they start out because they're solid and safe. But if you're looking to make money when you start out, you very likely don't have a lot of dollars to spend. I like to play things. I don't want to call them penny stocks, but I like to play things that are, $10, $5 in that range, even down to $2, because you get more value for your dollar. But it's also a bit more terrifying because if it jumps, it jumps.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week or so in that kind of price area. I'll leave you with one here. It's going to be above that, but ARNA just popping up here, doing some significant volume once again this morning. Took out the highs about half an hour ago there, but 66.50 up to $68 on ARNA. It's up 8.8%. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah. We're right now. We're just looking out for Facebook, which is coming back down now. So we're still holding this position. We did take some out on that dip down, and this is what we're talking about, Michael. You hit it out of that park there. With if nothing's happening, you got to take advantage when you see something happening. And although this is not a winning trade, it spikes down here, and we just get out of some of our shares here. So puts our average price right now here. So we did take a little bit of a bath here, not a bath. I mean a little bit of a trade here on Facebook, but. What's kicking it to the upside here is Square. So here we go. We take 86.12 on a break. Trade stocks that are up pretty big. Square's a big one for me too. And I know we talked about this, Michael, when we interviewed you, but I was lucky enough to get Square down here, believe it or not. 35.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. 35 was my fill. Wow. It's unbelievable. But the problem was I dumped PayPal. PayPal was my trade of the year for everybody. And if you want to check out PayPal, I gave that to everybody at, I think it was January 8th or whatever it was. PayPal down here at 150. Check out what this stock has done as well. And we do talk about longer term time frames here. This is where we gave it to you in January. I looked like it was breaking out here. 108 is the exact call. I got out of it as it broke down below 100. Nowhere near here, but around here. Now look, PayPal straight to the upside. I love those kind of situations. PayPal, Square. You talked about being in the music, producing and whatnot. Do you guys use a lot of electronic fund transfers? We see Western Union here buying out MoneyGram possibly today. I think that's a great space.
Yeah, we do actually. This is crazy, but almost 90% of my business is done via Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo.
Yeah.
Venmo, not so much these days, but Cash App has kind of replaced Venmo for me with my clients. But Cash App and PayPal all the way almost in terms of payment. And that's not even just with music. That's with all my clients. So as far as Glow Stick Based Studios, I handle all post-production. So that's 3D animation, motion graphics, editing, color correction, sound design. All of those clients during this whole lockdown, everybody still needs post-production. So we're not exchanging money in person, and all of it's being done via Cash App and PayPal.
That's why you're seeing these names explode. And, it's kind of interesting. As you guys are talking about this, and I'm showing you just mentioned MoneyGram MGI here. I did say, of course, we shorted off the open. We talked about the reasons why at 380. That's done with now. Now that it's made a bit of a bottom, we said we'd look for it to bottom out. Double bottom at 330. That's fantastic. It's now trading a consecutive higher lows, making a move back into VWAP. I'm looking for a 360 break on this name. I'm also looking for it to hold the higher low at 340. So I'll buy a dip at 340. I'll buy a breakout at 360 on MGI with that 380 initial short. That'll be a bit of a target for me. You want to let the market tell you what the big boys are pricing in terms of where the deal, if it happens, could come in, as opposed to trying to figure it out for yourself. I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be smarter than the people that price deals. I'm going to look where the price action is and just take advantage of it. So we're selling 380 before. Now it's buying in front of that higher low at 340 or buying a breakout at 360 on MGI. That could be an afternoon trade. Maybe we'll put it on before the show ends. With about 20 minutes to go, and I'll put you on the spot here, Michael. I would love it. I know you end your day around noon our time. I want you to stick around because we're going to have a video on liquidity and trading in an MGI, which is a $3 stock. It's an important one, and we're going to be doing a live premiere here, which means at 12 o'clock we're going to jump into that video. You can watch it with us, but we're all going to be in the chat. You can answer. We're going to answer questions as it's going on. If you have them, give comments and suggestions, whatever it might be. Should be a lot of fun. It's the first time we're doing it, a new thing here on YouTube, so it should be exciting. That's coming up in just 1 minute, right at the end of the show. at 12, guys. But Brennan, what do you have?
Big mover from yesterday, guys. We were looking at this one, Allied Esports. Big pop yesterday, all the way up to $6. This thing opened today below 4 and kind of fell apart down to 3. But coming back into some interesting levels here, 340 and then 350 held as support in the pre-market. So let's see what happens. Some volume coming in. AESE, guys.
Okay, and here goes Square, so we're going to cash out of that, and there it is again, guys. We're running with Michael Simpson today, and running the wheelbarrow as well. Good day for you, Michael. Good day for me as well. There goes Square, a smooth 45-cent winner there, and still counting. So we'll still count those money bags as we continue to go up. GNUS, I'm riding with you too, my friend. Up here, $33.
We're on our way up. Might hit this 3K right now.
We're all the way up. So here we go, guys. We're going to see what happens there. A little bit of Fat Joe action there. Shout out to the BX, Brooklyn in the building. No, you're from LA. Maybe a Tupac guy yourself there. But here we go. Both, yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm a fan of the hip-hop game and rap game back in the 80s and 90s for sure. So here we go. I'm loving Nas, Queensbridge in the house. So anybody with that one, there you go. Yeah, I'm just showing it all.
I see a couple of people dropping the BX right now. The Andre's Jet. I see you guys. I see you guys wherever you might be. That's what it's all about. I'm going to be honest with you. If anyone knows, I'm not that young. I'm not going to say how old I am, but Rakim is the greatest rapper that ever lived, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I do want to get back to an airline here. We even sorely neglected the travel space today. I have literally not touched Carnival Cruise, but we have been in Spirit Airlines, and I do want to update that trade. There's only 20 minutes left, and I only have a couple of things on here. CETX, which you can throw that one away, the small stock. But there's another reload opportunity, I think, here in Save, and I said 1450 is my out. Not adding back in until it gets to those mid-30s and 40s. It's giving a shot here. I'm going to give you one further, though. Breakout through 1455. If it wants to take that out in the afternoon, I'll reverse to the long. But for now, it's still short in front of 1450 and VWAP. I'm going to reload here in the mid-30s if we can. Still short at 1440. And, of course, it's been one of the best stocks for me to the short side trade, even after missing this little move to 15 off the open. Nice little trend reversal that we were able to capture.
And boom, there it is, guys. Square upside. Booyaka. Here we go. This is not how we dance to hip hop, but sometimes if we get a little bit too much alcohol in the system, that's what we look like. But here we go, guys. ACB, you want to talk about something else in your system right now? We go long right now. This cannabis play, so Weed Batman back into the building now. We're long on this one. Nice little move up. Shout out to whoever it was in the chat there, brought this to our attention. We'll see, man, taking out 25 here. So our position long, 27s. Let's get going. You're not a heavy position, but we will wait to see on that one. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, yeah, my idea there for Facebook, we are out of that one. That's a 40-cent loss there, getting out at 228.25. No more than that, 60 cents on the average print there. So thank God we were able to get some out here on the downside, and we talked about why it wasn't looking great there. So unfortunately, that one's out, but thank God we make just as much money as we lose on Facebook. We make that back on Square as this continues to rippity-rip upside here as we continue to go. So yeah, what a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us here today, Michael.
Absolutely, brother.
Right. Just a quick question for you there. I don't think I saw it, but I got it in my ear here. Did I see a dog walk past you there?
You may have. Yeah, that's Choco.
Where is he at?
There he is.
Choco.
So did you say you say Choco?
Choco, like chocolate.
Okay, I am absolutely not making this up, but we're on a trading floor here in Toronto, and I'm going to go way back. There was a former manager on this floor who literally had a pet stuffed animal named Choco that would reside on the bridge. So obviously that's a good luck name in trading. What type of dog?
Nobody knows. She's got a little bit of She's got a little bit of everything in her. She's half the time I'm not sure she's a dog because she acts like a human. She gets very she's needy. She's jealous. She's attached. I think she thinks we're dating.
Hey man, we love our dogs. Valeria is a big
time
fan of dogs, and I absolutely. I had a pug. There we go.
Love Choco.
Big heart for Choco there already. So
big heart from Choco back to you, V.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Choco's loving Valeria as well. Yeah, I have a cocker Spaniel, no, Cockapoo, half Cocker Spaniel, half Poodle, and we did have a pug. His name was Guido. So Guido, the Italian pug, was in the building as well. Okay, guys, yeah, I don't have much else there. Congratulations to you as GNUS, Genius Brands, Michael there, putting you over that mark, and we still have it. Great, big trade. I was just one and done, basically. We take it at 907. We wait for the market to open. We average in. We use like down here as an out somewhere. So we are going to ride or die with this one as well. Straight to the upside, and one of my most profitable stocks today is GNUS as well as Bitcoin, so we'll watch that one to the upside as it continues to go. Aurora Cannabis though, guys, I don't know, I mean, we're not very heavy into this name. It's 11:44. Those of you that watch the show, welcome and thank you. Keep hitting that like and subscribe. I don't take many shares at this time of day. Michael, you already talked about that, why you were sad that we didn't continue to trade, but this is part of the reason why. Breakouts right now, not super solid unless you get some kind of news. So I do like your idea there of watching different scanners as you go, especially volume scanners. And we have a built-in scanner right here. What up, Brandon?
Yeah, I just posted that headline up there, guys. Space to the downside today after that big move up yesterday following the SpaceX launch on the weekend. So Virgin Galactic to the downside, 7.6%. Yeah, Richard Branson looking to sell a whole bunch of shares of the company, up to 12.5 million shares. So that's the reason for the negative look here today, guys.
Yeah, I don't know why I versed it along like a sucker on space. Should have stuck with that short trade on my end. I talked about neglecting Carnival Cruise. I'm thinking of putting an end to this neglecting of this name here. Just big time bounce. It did fail a couple of times on some bounce plays. First time at 17. This time it looks like 1690, which was the opening range low. So I'll take a shot here in front of 17 even, working a little something as it tries to roll over. Again, like I said, it's a name that we've I don't think there's been a day that at least one of us hasn't traded Carnival Cruise in the last couple of months. And I think anybody day trading, I promise you that's got to be the case. And at least one of the cruise names here. So let's jump into this short. I just got 86s in on that little roll at 90. I'd like to see it turn first and then jump in. So 86 short. See if it can't get back down to the 65, 70 area, or where there was some consolidation. Maybe continue the trend throughout the afternoon. The market is trending down, at least for now, and so Carnival, we're going to be late to the party because you could have had it in front of 50, you could have had it in front of this little dip here, 25s, you could have had it in front of 17, now we're taking it a second time in front of that 17 even. So finally short in Carnival, basically it's flat on the day now, but the trend has been downside.
Okay, yeah, you're right. There hasn't been a day, I don't think, where we haven't traded Carnival. But yeah, missed opportunity there. Maybe today. It's still not really in my groove, my wheelhouse right now. And this name is Square. We'll see. We're almost run it all the way from 86 all the way back to the high of the day. Great little position. I may kick some out of my own account today off of a nice little bump up here, 4.5% to the north side here on Square. Let's check out on Tesla. I know you're in California there. I think a lot of people rolling around in Teslas, I assume. Is that correct? I'm going to do a channel check right here, Michael. What's up with Teslas in your neighborhood? You still there, Michael?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying
to do a channel check.
Tesla right now.
Are they as popular around LA as I think they are? Right here in Canada, we basically don't have any charging stations, so it's very hard to channel check Teslas. But I guess they're running crazy there in LA.
Well, here's the thing. Tesla is extremely popular here. In my neighborhood alone, I personally have at least 5 neighbors who have Teslas.
There we go. Yeah.
I myself definitely have you driven one?
No, I've been in, but never driven one myself. That's a shame.
The problem is, this is the problem with Teslas, and this is why they Tesla feels a little cultish, because when you walk in and you try and ask questions, it's like, hey, I was interested in your car. Could you tell me a little bit about? And they're like, I can't tell you anything. How about you just drive the car?
Right.
And you're like, but what are the, maybe you should just drive the car. The reason they push you to just drive it is because honestly, and this is the first car I've ever been in that's like this, once you drive that thing, there is no other car.
Right.
There's just no other car. You hit that 0 to 60 in 2 seconds and you're done. You're just done. You're not, you don't care about any other car. And here's the thing, you look at, Ferraris and all these and Lambos and all this, it doesn't matter anymore because my grandmother's Tesla SUV will smoke you.
Right. loving that
doesn't
one.
matter
We are now
anymore.
long.
Elon needs to just straight up hire you right now at that point.
Yeah, we're long here. Yeah, we're long here. Tesla right now. Good sales pitch. You sold me. But we're gonna put some real money to work here in Tesla. It's not a big position. I'm not going to be buying a Tesla here, but it looks like we're breaking out right now. 887, 888. Look for that one. Maybe a hold back down here. But I don't like. I mean, this is why we don't use too many shares. We're going to give it back to that other 1 minute candle. I mean, look at this. Nothing happening in the market right now. And Tesla, like a $5 range. Very dangerous to use lots of shares unless you are somewhat convinced of one way or the other. Give it to us, Brandon.
Yeah, those Tesla SUVs will cost you a better part of a Lamborghini as well if you want to pick one of those up. Don't get too far away from this name, guys. VTIQ breaking downside here. $34 was support for most of the day. Just let go. Huge volume spike on that flush to the downside for VTIQ, guys.
And here I am being like, we'll trade some CCL because it's like the first day that I haven't been in it. And there's that, yeah, you know what, it is what it is. We're just going to have to search for a little bit of a pullback here. Ultimately, I did like this short initially. I was just saying in the chat that I thought I had too big of a target on it. Now the timing looks like it was just wrong, but it did put in that double top that we mentioned here, and I think that 35 is going to be the level that we have to watch for in a bit of a retrace. I do have a few shorts on. I did get back into Riot, guys, so I'm not necessarily done with this stock. It's still trending to the downside, so I'm going to actually take a shot here at some of these little pullbacks. You know, it's sort of in front of the 250 first and maybe that 260 a little bit later. See if we can't ride that trend. Again, everything for smaller than you would have at another time of day. There's only 10 minutes left in the show, but today is special because today we're not done at 12. Today we're going to jump in and do a premiere of one of our educational videos, so jump into that. Valeria is throwing out that link. It just dropped right now. So at 12, we're all jumping into that in real time here. You'll see Sean, myself, Brandon, Valeria, all in the chat. Michael, I hope you're going to join us here. We're going to talk about liquidity.
I'll be there.
So it should be a fun one. We're going to be in the chat answering any questions you have. We'll all watch it as it drops live, guys. But a few shorts on CCL, CETX, some Riot, and still Spirit Airlines, which I'm never getting out of apparently because it just doesn't want to go up.
No, it does not. We're going to look for this little break again down here on VTIQ. 32.75 will be my first trade into this name. Yeah, 35 was a great break. So was 34. So we'll wait to see this. Again, it wicked all the way to 32.20. I'm looking for more of a break on this name, VTIQ, today. It's been such a monster, and we do talk about that. And I know, Michael, you're in this one, so we did. You know the kind of run that this one's made straight to the upside.
Yep.
Was only $14 less than a month ago. Now touching up here. So we'll see. Look at the spread though, guys. I'm only crossed down about 10 or 15 pennies. Don't want to pay this 30-cent spread. So we'll wait to see if we do get filled on a breakdown of VTIQ. But right now we're in Tesla, we're in ACB, but not much is happening. We're going to end the show at 11:59. So we'll run that premiere then, guys. So we got to get the economic calendar ready, and we also got to get what day it is. But yeah, it's been a good one. You know what we haven't looked at today? Boeing. Boeing flying around today, and there we go, another pun there, a pretty lame one. 153 and change. It got as high as 155 before pulling back down. Looking at this level, you sort of got to clear this back here. 154, actually coincidentally right where VWAP is. So if we can get Boeing back to 154, look at the market though, we're falling down. Not going to help any of my long positions, of course, but Boeing, to get back to 154, I do like that one, guys.
Yeah, I like those shorts. We missed out on AMRH breaking $4 here, and I'll tell you right now, it just got to 360. I'm shorting any pop that gets me anywhere near to that $4 area on AMRH. It's up 170%. Look at it hold this retracement all morning long. You know, that's one of those where it could make, you know, a move to 3. It could make a move to 250, I think is reasonable. It's a $1.34 stock yesterday, so lots of room to come back into the downside. I'm shorting any pop. My stop is first at 4 even. I think you can use 440 as well. AMRH. Haven't even touched it all morning because the volume had just died down, but it just put in a nice little spike there. So it's back on the radar after having missed out a little bit of the ride earlier on. Brennan, of course, with the assist as always, letting us know about some of these names here. I also have Carnival Cruise Lines to the short side. Sleepy trade, but this is a bounce back here. You've seen the market try to come back in a little bit. My stop is just, right here at 17 even. We're going to work this short in Carnival, so I got an 88 short, risking only about 12 cents to see if it can't roll over once again. It is flat on the day, but the trend hasn't been broken just yet. That's why we're jumping into that short trade. And of course, like I did mention, because it doesn't want to go up, I'm still short in Spirit Airlines, guys. So with about 7 minutes left to go in the show, I am moving my stop a little tighter here. when the market's not moving like this, it doesn't take as much for it to break out here. And I don't want to throw away the profit we've made. Of course, it was a great flush into 14 even. We pegged the bottom. We got back in and reloaded, got the bottom of that move. I'm not going to throw that profit away. Moving my stop to 40s, I'm short 38s, literally risking a few cents just to be able to make a bigger run here on my last trade here in Spirit Airlines to the downside. Michael, anything on your radar? I know it's getting late in that day. You watching anything at all? Usually you're done at this time of day. Maybe GNUS still trying to break out?
AMRH right now, GNUS. Keeping my eye on a couple of smaller stocks as well. These biopharmaceuticals have been paying me very well. They've also been trying to eat my soul, but they are they're definitely, if you have the money to, and I think this is, I should say this for the beginner traders that have been asking me all these questions. Experiment, but only experiment with money you are absolutely 1,000% willing to lose. It is the easiest way to learn. I think paper trading is a great way to learn, but I think that it's very different feeling when you actually have real money on the line. And I think that setting aside a certain dollar amount that you are 1,000% willing to lose to play some risk and figure out how to trust yourself and be confident in the call is super, super important to the future for you in terms of being a day trader.
100%. It's one of those things where in our trading platform here in the background, we have a trading floor. Everyone starts out in simulation, but believe me, you have to go live with your strategy before you know whether or not you can execute it correctly. Because we're going to be ending a little bit earlier, we're going to throw to Brendan now to talk about a little bit of earnings that we have coming in tomorrow, a couple of big names.
Yeah, guys, keep in mind, coming up at 12 o'clock, right on the dot, you got to jump over to our Market Wisdom page. Valeria's been sending out the link. Join us there for our very first live premiere of an education video. All four of us will be there in the chat. We'll answer any questions that you have coming up at 12. But yeah, let's get to what is coming up after market today and before the open tomorrow. As far as earnings are concerned, we've mentioned Zoom yesterday. There it is, front and center, guys. American Eagle, Canada Goose, another one on there.
I love Canada Goose. Yeah, big name there, big Chinese name as well, dealing with some of the production and whatnot. Zoom, we love Zoom. American Eagle, thumbs down on that one. CrowdStrike, big name there. So we'll look at CrowdStrike, involved in a lot of the social media game and a lot of the work from home. So if you're a work from home kind of trader here, watch CrowdStrike tomorrow, guys, for sure. Yeah,
it's all about that security. Someone was just asking of VTIQ longs. I'm not going long in this name. Look, at 340 seems like 34. Sorry, check that. What seems like it would be a decent break. I know that's going to look like it for me. I'm not necessarily touching it. I think you could even give a shot to try a retracement short if it tries to break 34 and flushes back down. I think it's going to be at least a little bit worth it. We do a little fun thing. Michael, I know you watch it every single day here. We figure out what day it is, and it feels like these are a bit made up, but we're going to throw to Valeria. We got one today that has me a little bit hungry. It's always food related. It seems like it's always food. It is what it is. Let's throw to Valeria, see what day it is.
Hey guys, first of all, please hit the link I'm sending out on the chat. It's our very first YouTube premiere educational video about liquidity. You will be able to ask questions and write what you think about that. All of us will be there, so hit the link, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to both our channels. Well guys, at Trader TV Live, we really love chicken because we love to win. So today is the National Rotisserie Chicken Day. Happy Rotisserie Chicken Day, guys. Michael, happy Rotisserie Chicken Day.
So it's rotisserie chicken, so that's okay. But yeah, I love rotisserie chicken. Brendan, I know what your favorite kind of chicken is. Why don't you tell everyone it's not rotisserie, but it does involve a barbecue.
Absolutely, which you can do a rotisserie on, right?
Yep,
I tried it once, though. If you don't get the tying right, it's just a disaster. The thing kind of flops and flops and flops. But yeah, you can absolutely rotisserie a chicken on the barbecue.
No, I thought you liked beer can chicken.
That's what I thought you were going to say. But.
Yeah, I mean, they come out very similar, but hey. It's all good. Couple minutes to go here, guys. The link is out. Head over to our Market Wisdom page. I see right now there's 98 people waiting for our premiere, guys.
That's what it's all about.
Nice. We're going to premiere our video on liquidity coming up in a couple minutes. 12 o'clock, right on the dot. Neil.
Absolutely, and because we're going at 12 o'clock, it means we need to end things just a little bit faster here, so we're going to end it right at 11:59, so all of you can join us. We're all going to be chatting live as we drop that new video. Michael, I cannot thank you enough for coming in. It was a heck of a lot of fun. I think we got to have you back at some point. It was so much fun having you on here, and great success on your trading. Congratulations there for the entire team. Valeria, Sean, Brendan, myself, Neil Roberts, thank you again, Michael. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is Trader TV Live, and we will see you tomorrow, but make sure you jump into that link and come join us for our live premiere in just a few minutes, or just 1 minute, guys. We're going to be jumping over to our new channel, it's Investing Wisdom, Market Wisdom, sorry. Let's go right now. Bye, guys.